Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hello there, and welcome back to another Thursday night on Reconnected. Here with you all, as usual. It's the first Thursday of the week, or of the month, and we got Dr. Will here. Dr. Will, how you been?
Well, I matter not at all.
Well, on that note, for somebody that matters not, we got to introduce the show. Will, come on, it just started. In honor of last month, we talked about the brand new Toxic Avenger and the special features that we worked on, and later on tonight, we're talking about Tromeo and Juliet. So, in honor of that, how about the legendary Tromette, Miss Tiffany Shepis?
What? Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because I'm in a weird, really oddly, I have every light on in here, and it's still super dark and hazy in Ohio. What's up?
It's always dark in Ohio.
It's always got a haze over Ohio. I'm sorry to the Cleveland Browns fans. What's up? What's up, Will? Hey, Ryan.
Wonderful to meet you. Glad you're here. Thanks for showing up tonight.
Nice to meet you guys. Well, I know Will, but nice to meet you. We just flew in. We're doing a con here in Ohio called Cinema Wasteland with a whole lot of Troma people. We have all the OG cast from the original Toxic Avenger here at this show, which would be pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Cinema Journeys? Yeah, so it's going to be a fun night. So this is a cool way to kick it off. I even wore my new Toxic Avenger shirt for you guys. In honor of this hazy room, and maybe it's my camera.
It was.
I'm gonna just go now. Well, anyway, it is really dark in here. Whatever. Thank God I'm really pretty. So it's exciting. So there's a lot of toxic people here amongst many other types of people. So if anyone is happened to be listening, come to Ohio to Cinema Wasteland this whole weekend. It's gonna be awesome. And don't ignore that you saw this shirt already, because I'm probably gonna wear it again.
Oh, hey, we've got another little surprise for you, Tiffany. Look who else is here. Oh my goodness. Look at that hand.
Oh my God, John, you're so cute. You're like a cartoon character. In a good way. We can't hear you, but
you should try unmuting yourself there, John.
Really incredible.
John is the one that edited the special feature Toxic Shock with Tiffany Shepis that is on the upcoming Toxic Avenger 2023 4K disc, and he did an incredible job. But most of all, Tiffany, thanks for lending your voice and your wonderful face to the incredible featurette. We hope you were happy with it for sure.
Dude, I absolutely loved it. I think we had a great time when we filmed it. And if anyone that hasn't gotten the physical, well, I guess it's not even out yet, right?
Not yet.
You have to prove it. It's not out yet. But when you do get it, you're in for a treat, because Homeboy Will and John and Ryan, everybody in this group knows Troma very, very, very well. And I think you will be excited to see some familiar stuff in the thing that we did. And I was super happy with it. And we shot it really quick.
In a hog barn. That was a hog barn, actually.
It was a what?
It was a hog barn.
What does that mean?
It was a giant barn that they hold hogs in.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait, that's where we were?
Yeah. That's where Carolina. We were at Carolina Fear Fest, and it was at the Raleigh Fairgrounds, and we were in some repurposed hangars that are used for showing livestock.
Wow.
That's
I wonder how much we would have sold for.
Yeah.
Somebody's prized possession.
For sure. So,
but yeah, it was very cool. I was very shocked how great it turned out, considering we were in a hog barn, as you now told me. Here, I thought we were just in some awesome soundstage. Lies. But yeah, it came out really good, and it just shows you the love that people have for Troma. and the history that people have with Troma and the nostalgia that people have for Troma, and that like they hear it, they hear the name, they see the Toxic Avenger, they see, even like characters like Sergeant Boogeyman, and people just go, oh man, like I remember that stuff, and like they feel all warm and fuzzy, like they're back at home. And I've told you this before, like in regards to Lloyd, I really do feel like he was like one of the first to put like merch on the table for people at conventions. Like I've been doing conventions for, a lot of years, like 30 years. And I feel like back then, like we didn't have, tables after tables after tables of toys and swag and stuff like that. And it was like Lloyd always had something. Like he always like was coming up with something new. So I know he wasn't like the founding father of merch, like that's dumb, but you know what I mean? Like I feel like he was like one of the first people to really bring a lot of product for each movie. And you could get the Troma Times, you could also get this poster that none of the people are actually in it, or the alternate posters that starred me in a movie that was made 20 years before I was born. I think he was like kind of the king of that, and I think he is the reason why we have so many tables of endless merchandise at horror cons now.
Speaking of Lloyd, go ahead, Will.
No, after you, Mr. Host.
Tonight we get to talk about Tromeo and Juliet. That's a big deal for pretty much everybody on the video at the moment. So how was that? Like, other than the obvious, like, tell us a quick story about it. Like, I mean, it's gone down in the pantheon of like many people's most beloved Troma film overall. How do you feel looking back on that now?
So, I mean, all right. So for the one person that doesn't know this story, if they know Troma and they know me, Tromeo and Juliet was my first movie. I was like a kid, like a New York kid growing up in New York City, trying to be an actor, but like just doing like little NYU weird films and stuff like that, and modeling, because that's what you do. Like you go to New York City and you model for Barbizon modeling school and weird catalogs. And a kid next to me was reading this actor's paper, and there was an ad for Troma, and they were looking for people for Tromeo and Juliet. And so, of course, I cut school and I ran down there and I auditioned. And of course, I didn't have a lot of special skills on my resume, so I made some up. And I was like, what's a good one? I know how to fight. I'm no jujitsu, and I'm a black belt. I mean, it's just a stretch, like a little tall tale. But yeah, so of course they were like, show us your skills. And, I did on an intern. I'm sorry. I think it was Dylan Poirier. I'm sorry. Anyhow, I got the part of Peter, the bodyguard to the Capulet family. Of course, in Troma fashion, they're like, we're not even going to change the name. You're Peter now. And I was like, that's awesome. And I got to make my first movie for, people that, I mean, I didn't know James at the time, obviously, because he was so young as well. But like for Troma, like those are movies that I grew up watching. Those are the movies that my parents would go out of town on the weekend, and my brother and I would have parties, and, people would drink and get high and watch Troma films. And so for me, this was like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever. And then, seeing Lloyd in action, seeing James in action, like it really did set like a foundation of, believe it or not, like professionalism, like the way that like you hear people go, oh, well, people don't get paid or whatever. It's still like the most professionally run set, like one of the most professionally run set I've ever been on. Right. Like, and they really do hold true to like, safety to people, safety to people's property, and then make a good movie. Of course, like while we were filming it, like nobody had any idea it was going to be super cool or, become this kind of cult classic or play at like the Museum of Modern Art for 2 years. Like these are these wild things that happen to it, or launch like the careers of a lot of super famous people. So, for all that stuff, it's super rad. But you had no idea. You had no idea.
It's kind of cool that this is a bit of a full circle, because in addition to filming this new piece for the Toxic Avenger, you also did new interview for the Tromeo and Juliet restoration.
I did.
So it's going to be really cool to see, right, all these perspectives you have on the film after your career has evolved over the years.
Well, it's interesting. I remember, like, they had a bunch of questions to ask me about filming, and the truth is, it's like some stuff you just don't remember, right? Like, I made like 100 movies since then, and even though it was one of the most memorable experiences to me, it was just so long ago. So I even, like, I think I prefaced it in the documentary, or like, the interview portion. Like, I'm like, I could be making this up. Like I don't know how much of this is really true or not. So it'll be up to you guys, people that watch it and then have like read old interviews to tell me if I'm full of shit or not. Like I was with Will Keenan, who played Tromeo this past weekend in New Jersey at a convention. And we were going back and forth on things. And it was just so interesting to have like what my perspective, like what I remember it being like on set, and then what he remembered was so different. It's so different. Like he was like, oh man, like, it was so cool. Like when you walked on set, everybody was like, oh, that's Tiffany Shepard. And I was like, what? As a kid, I was like so fucking nervous. He's like, you didn't show it. I was like, in my head, I felt like I was like a deer in headlights, but maybe I overcompensated by just being like a super cocky asshole.
That knows jujitsu.
A black belt, obviously. Which I really did, guys. Like, and for if you don't know this story, or if you do, I'm sorry, I'm telling it again. But like, I really was convinced that I was going to get caught lying about that and be quote unquote blacklisted from Hollywood. Like that there was going to be like this like thing, and there was gonna be a big X over my picture. No. So
I think everything turned out okay. I mean, now that you've been on Picard, and people still come up to you for things like Tromeo and Juliet, I mean that's got to be special, especially with it being your first thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, for Picard, I told them I was really a trill, so lying worked. Nobody ever checks. Like, just don't look down. The spots don't go all the way down. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's always like the person, like, if you look at like a line at my table at a convention, every single person is there to meet me and talk about something different. And I always thought that was really cool. It's also a little like, oh, like I've never had that big movie that everybody's like, I know her from that. Right. It's always like, if somebody's like, what have you been in? And they don't know me, I have to like list off 42 things, and still they're like, are you sure that you're not Juliana Margulies? It's like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure. But what's interesting about it is like, if you're standing in a line, and like I always think like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to be like a Trekkie dude, and then he'll be like, the first thing I ever saw you in was The Scarecrow, and I've loved it ever since. And I don't even watch horror movies. And they're like, really, you're a Scarecrow guy, or I think somebody's going to be like only for Tromeo and Juliet, and there's so it's like, but I will say, no matter what you're there for, they always kind of rewind back to like my first thing. So everybody's always like, oh, and then I went and found Tromeo and Juliet, or oh, I went and watched all the Edge TVs, or our UK followers, all the Tromaville cafes were a very big
the cafe,
fun hit, which I actually just saw one the other day via like whatever that Zach guy does, the Troma Now, I think it's called, on YouTube. Yeah. And he found some video of me doing some wrestling scene because of my fighting skills, with Debbie Rashawn, and like I kill her. It's like, I don't even remember filming that. But that's the kind of crazy stuff that happened in the Troma office for many years. Like, oh, you're here, come and film this thing. Oh, you're here, do an intro for this movie. Oh, you brought your dog. Now your dog is the star of Monster in the Closet. It's just, that's how it was. Family affair that you get sucked into time and time again.
Well, one thing I've always admired about you and your career is that you're the kind of person that just says hell yes. And I'm most of the time, sometimes, at least this time. And we really appreciated it. It was so fun to shoot with you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
no,
talk about.
I will say, you guys came at me with like, the pitch was cool. So I was excited. And I think I am. Yeah, I think there is a big majority of me that's like a hell yeah. But I also want to, at this point in my life, like old in my dim lit hotel room, like you just want to make stuff that's cool, and you want to make stuff that's cool with cool people, because like you absolutely have no idea where any of it's ever going to go, right? It's like, anybody ever going to watch this? I'm certainly not making any money on it, so at least am I going to have a good time filming it, and it's going to look cool, right? And I knew that when I walked in and it was you and John, and I was like, oh, we got some duct tape hanging up our backdrop. Not even hired. This is going to be a good shoot.
Mm-hmm. I'll have you know that I now do have an iPad, so if we ever do this again, the cue cards will be a lot easier.
Let me rewind this to anybody that cares, especially you, Ryan, because I was like, so do I have to do I need to be off book with this? And Will's like, no, you are fine. I will have cue cards. Right? Do I have Will's accent perfect?
That's pretty close.
I should be an actor. And he was like, I'll have cue cards. Don't worry. And then I get there and there's no cue cards. And I'm like, do you have like an iPad? He's like, I have like this little note.
Will on blast. I love it.
Thankfully for John's incredible editing, it looks like I know how to say all the big words.
Speaking of that, John, did microphones make it to Wes Anderson's backstage yet? Nope, guess not.
This is why there have to be two of us whenever
this has to be John's bit.
Now you're back.
I clicked it. Oh my god! I want to make fun of Will.
Yeah, come on, get in. It's really fun.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I don't know what to say now that it's on. I just had it. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just
hey
throw
guys,
your computer. Get rid of your picture now so we can just hear you.
Oh my god.
So it's kind of neat, John. So I got in here early to this convention. This has it has a little bit to do with Troma, because with all the Troma people, I told you, like our OG Toxic Avenger is here at the show. It's a lot of fun. And who else is here? There was something I was going to tell you, John. Now I can't remember, but it's. I wish you guys were all here. It's going to be a good show, and it's always fun when you get to see Troma people, especially on a night that we're talking about more Troma stuff. I know that people can see the new Toxie now on streaming, right? Now, I wonder if you purchase it on streaming, do you get the extras that are on the DVD?
I'm not sure if it's available yet, but I think they will be.
Ryan, you must find this out.
I should, yeah, I should know that.
Because then we can tell people they could watch it right now.
Well, Ryan is the president of physical media.
Not of streaming, that is true.
Okay.
If it's
John,
in the ether.
Thanks, John. You can put yourself back on mute now. I just would have thought Ryan might know.
Well, we do know something about, we know it's going to be in Germany, right?
Yes. Not only are we on the U.S. release, but we are also on the Cape Light release coming out of Germany.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that's two places you can see it.
Look at that.
Was hoping for Down Under, but
I'm still working on it.
Maybe.
It's still possible.
Worldwide.
Hold on. Let me make a call. Hello? Oh, that's awesome.
You have to turn upside down.
Oh,
To reach them.
yeah.
But it'll work.
It would work. You're right. Yeah.
That was a really good Will. That was a really good Will impression. That I wish the world could have heard me laughing at that.
Well, if you guys ever want, like when Will's not available for these, streaming, I could come on as Will.
Oh my God. I would literally pay big dollars for that.
Nobody would ever really know. And frankly, people might be really excited. I may be a better Will than Will.
Oh, I get in trouble every time I'm on this damn thing. You're welcome.
Who you get in trouble by?
Oh, I'm a magnet for controversy.
Well, I do like the little Tiffany Shepis collection you have behind you. Thank you. Thank you. What do you have there? I see Nympha. I see Bonnie and Clyde versus Dracula, which, by the way, anybody listening, you can now purchase a Bonnie and Clyde versus Dracula resin of Tiffany Shepis as Bonnie. It's really dope. You should have it. You should own it. The Violent Kind, really cool movie. I was very, very, very
Let's do this for a second so you can see them all.
Ooh, look at that. Close up on Will and his finger. Yeah, the Violent Kind was really fun. I was very, 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 very excited when they called me to make that movie, as I just wanted to play possessed really, really bad and crawl around on a ceiling and vomit on people, and that's what I got to do. Yeah, that's a good one. Nightmare
I'm
Man.
curious, Will, what movie, if you didn't know Tiffany and you met her at the con, what movie would you bring to the table?
Good question.
I was hoping they all
She's in one scene of
Oh my God.
Wells' intimate encounters.
Block and delete.
It's not one of those scenes. I just want to make that clear. It's not one of those scenes. It's a comedic scene at the very end.
That is the worst movie pick. That is so dumb.
Give us that Will impression again, then.
Yeah, I would bring her intimate encounters. Emmanuel. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's not even like a sexy scene. Like I would totally be like, all right, I get it. Like it's like I play like I'm like it's so dumb. It's not even worth describing. That's a bad pick. Pick a second one.
Sorry.
If you're going to pick a second one too, I want to say to you, Tiffany, that as Will and I were driving up, I'm like, I had just edited your interview for Basement Jack. So I was like, I feel like I know her a little bit. She's kind of silly. I know her. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. And Will was like, I'm nervous. And
what up, John?
But then when I met you, I was like, fuck, she's really cool. And
thank you.
I wasn't expecting, I may have said this already when we met, but I was like, you're one of those people who within 5 minutes is like, I know how to make fun of you and you're going to like it. And I think that is a really, really cool thing. My wife, Robin, is also very, very good at honing in on that thing about people that's like, I'm going to make fun of you right now. We've literally just met. It's sick. I want you to meet her. It's really cool.
They call me and Robin bullies, I think, is what that term is.
No. The key is you like it.
Well, making subs everywhere we go.
Okay. There it is. You got to say that in Will's voice, though.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Yeah. I'll bring that.
There it is.
Homesick? I mean, Homesick's a cool movie, but like you got to be a real sicko to like think Homesick's the one you're going to bust out.
Well, I just figured nobody else would do it.
Lots of people do it. The weird ones.
Oh.
But you know who made that movie, you guys? Adam Wingard, who went on to do lots of really, really, really cool movies that I'm not in. And Evan Katz wrote it with him, who went on to do lots and lots of really cool movies and things that I'm also not in. Moving on. No. But John, back to you. I loved working with you. It was so fun. And yes, I do make fun of everybody, but in love, because I think everyone can make fun of me back. And I don't ever take it personally. So I think y'all were good sports.
Well, I think Will and I learned more in 10 minutes because of that. So thank you.
Really?
That's why I got the iPad.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Always have an iPad. You can always scroll.
What are we doing with these pieces of paper? You asked me to print these. I didn't even space them correctly.
All right. But
that was my fault.
Since we can do this, and I know Tiffany needs to get some sleep, we're trying to entice people to check out the physical media release of the Toxic Avenger. So because we own the rights, you can have 5 seconds of this, and that's it. Listen.
Greetings from Tromaville. I'm legendary Scream Queen and Super Tromette.
That was it?
Tiffany Shepard. I've been in this business a long, long time.
That's enough.
That's it. That's all they get. Well,
Check it out. Yeah.
I can give you more than 5 seconds. Hi, I'm Super Tromette and legendary Scream Queen Tiffany Shepard.
Here we go.
I've been in this business a long, long time. And I have seen some shit. No, all right. But that's
Will,
pretty
where's
good,
the
right?
cue cards?
Yeah, I needed the cue cards. Where did you go, Will? No, but I think people really should get the physical media. One, because we need to be owning more physical media. Like, look at behind you guys, right? Like, it's super cool to have this stuff. Every time I try to go show my kids something like that I like from the 80s, I can't fucking find it. Can't find it anywhere. You can't find it on iTunes. And so unless somebody owns like the physical copy somewhere, we're never going to see it again. So not just because we worked on this, but like I really do think people should own it because it's cool. And you're going to come to conventions and I'm going to sign it. And other people are going to sign it. And it's really dope. And it's like not often that movies like this get big, giant, Hollywood names involved in them. So I would 100% encourage anybody to not only have watched it when it was in the theater, watch it on streaming, and now own the movie and go get it signed and come meet me at conventions and tell me how dope our thing was and that you want to see more of it and that we'll make more of them for other movies. And that's what we're going to do. There's my sales pitch.
That was a hell of a soundbite. We'll just send that to every company right now.
Yeah. And saying, if you don't, I'm going to come fuck you up because I know jujitsu.
Black belt.
Disclaimer it. Like, no, this is not a threat. She doesn't.
Don't blacklist her, please.
She's an old
Tiffany,
woman.
it's been a
Leave
lot
her
of fun.
alone.
Thank you so much for hanging out tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry it is in this kind, and I do think this is like a grim, sad hotel room in Ohio. Nothing against Ohio.
It could be worse. You could be with Darjeeling Limited over here.
Oh, let me tell you,
Dude,
let me tell you about getting hotel rooms with John.
I just booked one tonight myself because
he won't let me book them anymore.
Smart man.
Oh my God.
I'm economical. So your room looks like a luxury suite compared to what we usually stay in.
This man took me to a Red Roof Inn.
Hey, don't hate on him. Don't hate on him. Red Roof Inn, home to a lot of the cons in the Midwest. So, yeah. And they usually have free coffee.
Yeah, John, don't be slamming
John.
brands.
I shouldn't slam
lucky
brands.
There was a
He took me
roof,
to.
John.
It was barely red. It was.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys fight it out.
They didn't have a
Thanks,
fridge.
Tiffany.
I bring
Thanks,
my own
guys.
food. It was so tough. Oh my
See
God.
you next time.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank
Bye,
you so
John.
much.
Later.
Bye.
How do I leave? I can't.
Like this. I got you. Oh man. While everybody's still here, because Tiffany's amazing. For those that don't know, I put out a magazine, and I was waiting for this moment to reveal the cover of October's issue. Is going to be the Toxic Avenger. So make sure you check that out as it comes out this week. It's pretty incredible. I am so stoked for everybody to see it. But John, thanks for hanging out tonight. How are you?
I'm good. Is the physical media train about to leave the station?
It's about to, yeah.
Okay. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad my microphone is working now.
Yes, it is important to turn it on.
I saw Stan. It is important. I saw Stan G make. He's the second person in a couple weeks to make fun of me for not even this location looking like a 70s hotel room, and so thank you. But yeah, no, I if the train's gonna leave the station, I brought my pick. Oh, I brought my recent things. You don't have to see them. But I got a stack from Brother Belial, and that's just what I wanted to share. Because I thought
life. Nice.
And I'm just getting into Lucio Fulci big time. Because my man up in the corner here had the that shirt that says directed by Lucio.
Nice. John, how was editing this Toxie piece? Tell everybody how kinetic it was, because oh my god, we had such a
Tiffany says hearts.
you had a very short period of time to turn around this piece, and you kind of crushed it.
It was fun. You guys let me did what I hoped for everything and let me get as weird as I want to be, and trusted me to go with make those jokes just as weird. And as Tiffany said, we had ended up shooting her kind of in front of what I had been calling a garbage bag. And luckily,
tablecloth. Okay.
Luckily, it was a tablecloth. Yeah, it was shiny. It was shiny enough that
it was from Party City.
Yeah,
it was going out of business sale.
In any case, we were able to treat it as a green screen somehow, which was amazing, especially because she was wearing a black shirt, and it ended up working out really well. And to thank her again, she gave us so much of her time.
She did. That
there were enough takes. She did so many takes. We were like kind of astounded. I mean, she was making fun of us, being like, you should have asked me to do this, basically. But she gave it all, and it just came out great. And the performance of hers that was able to be found in there was like, all of them were amazing, but like hitting the tone exactly right was totally possible because she just gave us so much of her time and was so cool.
And we should say this is a different kind of supplemental piece. It's not a documentary. It's not an interview. It's more of a longer kind of comedic piece in the tradition of the stuff that used to be on the old Troma VHS and DVDs, but on a bigger scale. And she really, Tiffany really knocked the performance out of the park, but John's editing and visual gags just make it pop. I think it's the best thing we've done as a partnership, and I'm pretty excited for people to see it.
Me too.
Like most of the things we do, I'm like, God, I wish we could have re-recorded it, but this one I think is fine.
I mean, it's a visual essay edited by somebody whose probably most formative theatrical experience was seeing Hot Shots Part Due in the theater with like his two best friends and his dad on his birthday, when whatever age, I don't know, was like 10, something like that. That's what it is.
We're just gonna let that hang in the air because that was a perfect way to describe your editing style.
That's what it is. I can't help it.
So
John,
anyways,
we got people asking when you're gonna come back and be a full guest on Reconnected. You got time anytime soon? I know you're a tired boy when it gets past like 7:15.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who's asking?
You can take over right now.
It's gonna be a long night.
I might lurk. For sure. Whenever. I feel like the more I do, you know?
I still long for the night that we had our long conversation about Luis Guzman. It was amazing.
Luis.
Did we actually have time to get that in? Oh wow, that was the first one?
Yeah, no, that was the second. Or have you done 3? I don't know. That was earlier this year, I think.
Oh no, it was what does a movie like? What's
Yeah, and we talked at length about why Luis Guzman is like that special sauce in a movie, because if he's in it, you know it's going to be good.
God, he should have been in one battle after another. And so should have John C. Reilly, but
shots fired.
No. It's that Keanu Reeves, yeah, I'm thinking 5 stars, but still.
Hey, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being a fly on the wall.
Please go. Love you guys.
We have like a 4.5 hour show ahead of us still. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh Godspeed, boys.
John, you're the best. I'm so glad that you got to come tonight. And
well, thank you for letting me book the next hotel. I think it's going to be actually nice.
I can't wait to use all the towels. And
both of them?
Yeah. I don't think they're not going to have any blood on them this time.
Jesus Christ.
And the rack probably won't explode off the wall. But who knows?
I mean, you never can say.
It's Western North Carolina. Anything can happen. See you soon, dudes.
Bye, thanks, John. Talk soon. For everybody that was asking about the magazine, because I didn't leave it up there enough, here's another quick look while Will and I talk about Toxie for a moment. I am so stoked to have us attach to this. One of the things that Will and I have talked about so much about the marketing behind this movie, it's so cool that they like actually paid off people's student loan or medical debt that they were doing with the theatrical play that they did. It's so perfect. Like, it's just such a great way to tell the story of this, because it's about medical problems and not having enough money to care for it and everything. So yeah, I think it was a really smart choice for them to market this.
It's a good thing they paid off that medical debt before the government shut down. It's about to have some more. Anyways.
Ooh, yikes.
Kaboom. Anyway, Tiffany Shepis, right?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
She's great. Doesn't know the difference between a deep South accent and an Appalachian accent, but that's
no, but it was really funny. Hey, back to the normal stuff. Will, how you been? Now that we can actually start just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Good.
I'm gonna go back and sound clip Tiffany's impression of you and use it as a soundboard whenever we do stuff.
Great, do it. Good, man. Been some stuff going on, working on preparing another film presentation at the Cary Theater. Me and John are gearing up. We're going to be checking out, and I highly recommend people look and see if they're coming to your town, because they do travel. Shaolin Jazz and their traveling Can I Kick It program. DJ Two Tone gets on stage and live scores a movie while you watch. They do films like The Matrix, Kill Bill, The Last Dragon. We're going to go see Blade October the 11th, and they're traveling with that film around the Southeast. And I'm working on hopefully bringing them to campus to do an event
amazing
next year. So yeah, been a lot going on, working on projects. I think we have one announcement that we'll be able to talk about tonight, right? And
yes, sir.
And obviously promoting the Toxic Avenger, and every now and then saying hello to Tiffany Shepis and being like, oh my God, how did this happen?
Well, let's
how you doing?
Not great, but
oh man, come on, everything's going well.
Everything's perfect, especially when you're a federal employee, right? 2025 is like perfect times.
There's only one thing worse than being a federal employee when there's a government shutdown, and that's being a federal employee when there's a government shutdown who still has to go to work.
Hi, Mom, by the way. My mom, also a federal employee who is working and furloughed. I appreciate you, and so does the country. Just the administration does not, I promise.
Thank you. Thank you for your endurance. I think that's the new phrase we say to people. Thank you for your endurance.
That's true.
Anyway, on to happier things.
Let's breeze through some of our normal stuff. What have you been excited about picking up recently?
Pickups, huh?
Pickups, and not the truck kind.
Well, there was a Kino sale. And what I like to do when there's a Kino sale is I go see what's for sale for under $8. Because sometimes
Which is somehow most everything.
well, sometimes you can find some gems. So I picked up Lillian Gish and Anna Laurie. I picked up Guy Madden's second film, Archangel.
Shit, I missed that one.
The remake of Berlin Alexanderplatz. This is a blind buy. I don't know anything about it, but I was like, let's check it out. Let's see. First French sound film, End of the World.
That was the beginning of the end of the world, yeah.
This religious film, JC. Michael Ironside in Neon City.
Very nice.
Eric Romer film, The Four Adventures of Renette and Mirabelle.
I got that one coming too.
So I got a couple of those, and then let's see. I got my contributor copy of Dead Sleep from Severin. Thank you, Severin. We've got a visual essay in there.
Crazy movie. Crazy story behind that movie.
And finally, here's the dumbest thing I did all month, but the thing I'm most excited about that I did this month.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
I got the T. Lung David Chang collection went on major, like, half-off sale.
It's site exclusive, too, right?
Yeah, and it's, what, like, freaking 16 movies or something?
Yeah, it's something crazy.
12 movies. So, how about you? What
I need that one, too. God dang it.
What ridiculous purchases did you make this month?
Well, from Music Box Films, a little early. This is When Fall is Coming. Newer French film, supposed to be pretty great.
Oh, it's here now, dude.
Huh?
It's here now.
Let's hear names. Is that what you said?
It's here now.
I'm not going to do this.
It's all
okay. Newest Deaf Crocodile. I don't have Sirius yet, but this is the Treasures of Soviet Animation Volume 2 with the wonderful The Snow Queen. Restored beauty. Craig did incredible work on there. Yes, I did miss it for a moment, Sibner. I'm sorry, I'm not the quickest right now. We talked about this last week, and somehow it's already in my hands because I bought it right before the stream. This is The Man with the Black Umbrella. This is a newer found footage movie by the same people that did the Fear footage. I love the work that they do. Indie horror, love supporting indie horror. A few Kino things in myself, actually. I got in Wonder Dogs. This is the compilation of like old silent films clips with dogs and everything. I had this mentioned to me when I interviewed the gentleman from the Library of Congress that he was working on this. I was like, oh man, I got to get that the moment it releases. And then I waited until it was on sale 8 months later. Next is Danger Diabolic, Bava 4K that just came out. Just came in, literally. And then the other 4K I got with that one, Undisputed.
Sweet, Walter Hill.
Had to, yeah. I mean,
Undisputed.
gotta love that.
Sorry.
Gotta love that era of Wesley Snipes. Go ahead.
Oh, and don't forget, don't ever sleep on Undisputed 2. That shit's awesome.
Understandable.
Yeah.
We just talked about this because I couldn't remember the name of it, and I've been dying to see this, and I wanted to show you that I take what you say to heart. I bought Gabriel Over the White House.
Oh yeah, it's got some of that Leo McCarey schmaltz, but it's really interesting. And I mean, basically the premise is, what if a really good guy guided by an angel became a dictator? And so it's a sort of early meditation on fascism from the, what was that, 1935?
I thought it was later. I don't know.
Yeah, so obviously there's a different model for the fascism for that film, but
why do they make the print on these so small?
Oh my God, right?
That's why I appreciate Deaf Crocodile. They changed everything to be easier to read. I also want to throw out, I still read Fangoria, and I love getting physical media magazines.
Got that in the mail yesterday.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, what you been watching? Because I know you're here to piss people off. Dang, Gabriel Over the White House is 1933. I was way off.
I thought it was earlier, yeah. Let's see. Well, the first thing I think I misplaced the disc, but I watched a really cool film distributed by Utopia called Omen. And it is very, and the disc comes with short films by the director, and they're all just gorgeous. It's a beautiful movie. I'm not exactly sure what happens. A person may or may not be a witch. There's some child gangster, queer children gangsters in drag. There's all these themes about family and heritage and stuff. It's gorgeous, gorgeous movie. I highly recommend Omen from Utopia. Let's see. Then I saw for the first time Virtuosity.
Ooh, how much did you hate it?
I didn't hate it. I thought it was really cheesy, and I enjoyed watching Russell Crowe just devour the scenery. It doesn't quite live up to its promise, but great cast. Some of the action is really good, and I kind of liked it as a sort of pre-Matrix CGI movie, so I didn't hate it at all. Let's see. In class, I showed a perennial favorite, Cleopatra Jones.
Nice.
We had a great conversation about it. Most students seem to know the name, but very few have ever seen it. So I'm always happy to oblige with that. Another one of my favorites. This is another Vinegar Syndrome old catalog film, Pale Blood, featuring Agent Orange, the band, playing 2 songs over and over. But it's great.
Good movie.
Wings Hauser. Oh, fantastic. Another film that I introduced to a lot of people for the first time, and this was just this week, The Monster Squad.
Nice.
Always like to revisit that as October is beginning. And the last thing I'll say, well, no, I watched a couple things on stream, and that'll make people mad.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
I've started to run the series on Wrong Turn. The first one's really just not that great. But the second one, Joe Lynch's Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, starring Henry Rollins, is a freaking masterpiece. I haven't watched any of the rest yet, but Wrong Turn 2 is awesome. Worth the price of this, like, Walmart Wrong Turn 1 through 5.
The $9 pickup.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet, though. They each get their own disc. It's all the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
And then on, let's see, streaming, I watched, I saw Superman. Speaking of James Gunn.
Yeah. Your new superhero movie.
Many of the actors from Tromeo and Juliet appear in Superman, which is probably the most hilarious thing about it. I do think Superman benefited from James Gunn's sense of humor. It's got the same James Gunn themes of, I want everybody to love me, what happened between me and my dad, all that stuff. But I, despite not really liking Superman in general, I did find it to be okay. I'm enjoying much more the new season of Peacemaker, which is connecting the worlds.
Yep.
Peacemaker's going great. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm trying, it's October, so I'm trying to do a horror movie tonight. And on Criterion streaming, I finally watched a movie that I hadn't seen yet and was recommended to me over and over by people. What Lies Beneath.
That's not a Will movie. You did not like that, did you?
Fucking sucked is what it did.
I love that movie.
I'm sure you do. I don't know why I meant by that, but it's just, Gaslight remade, midlife crisis stuff. It was just, for me, the story was so trifling and cliched. Like, you could have done so much more.
Yeah.
With like, if you're going to do a haunting, you've got all these different possibilities, and you're going to go with that. Yeah. I just didn't care for it. And 2.5 hours or almost. Oh my goodness. James Remar was wasted. Not wasted, but like wasted in the movie. I mean, he may have been wasted. I don't know. Let's see. Did I watch anything? Oh, and I'm glad John is gone, because I also saw The Naked Gun.
Yeah, this is where you piss me off. The movie is not as bad as you make it out to be.
I didn't say it was bad. I generally don't say that. It wasn't for me. I felt like the pacing and delivery of the jokes was off. Be mad at me. He loved Naked Gun. No, the original is very tightly scripted, but comes off as anarchic. And the new one I felt like was very loosely scripted, but comes off as rehearsed.
Yeah.
To me. It just didn't have the vibe that I was hoping for. There were some moments, but I don't know. I'm not into the scatological jokes, and I felt like the whole movie kind of ran with that. Like, if you want to make the occasional one, okay. But
I mean, when you eat that many chili dogs,
I just, it wasn't for me. But yeah, so I saw The Naked Gun, I saw Superman, What Lies Beneath, and I watched The Paper.
The Office spinoff?
Spinoff of The Office, yeah.
Is it bad? Because I've not seen it yet.
It's simultaneously less believable and more real. Yeah. I actually, despite myself, I found it kind of sweet, honestly.
I've heard it gets a lot better like after the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I guess. So that's what I've been watching. How about you? You've been seeing stuff in theaters. Tell us all about it.
Well, and some at home too. For theaters for this week, The Strangers Chapter 2 is just pure ass. Nobody should watch it. It's a terrible movie. And I will say that
it's someone's favorite movie.
It's Rennie Harlan's favorite for like 8 minutes, and that was it. It's a bad. I like The Strangers Chapter 1 was not enjoyable in the least bit, and somehow this one is worse. It is.
Is that
atrocious.
the one? Is that the one where they're like, why me? And they're like, because you answered.
Because you were home.
You were home. Oh, I thought the first one was okay.
What, the original or Chapter 1? Have you seen both of those? Because
Chapter 1's the second one.
Chapter 1 is the third one. Will the original one was in 2008, and then they made Strangers Pray at Night in like 2015, 2016. And then this one, Rennie Harlan said, I'm going to make a 4.5-hour Strangers movie to remake the original story and expand on it and give them a backstory. And it's awful.
And that's Chapter 2?
No, he wanted to make a 4.5 movie, and they said, we can't do that. It's 3 movies. So Chapter 1 is remaking the first movie. Chapter 2 and 3 is expanding on the lore for no reason.
So this is
Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is out in theaters right now, yeah.
So when Chapter 3 comes out, are you going to see it?
Oh, yeah, day 1 in theaters.
Well, that's just going to encourage Part 4.
No, Rennie Harlan's already been told he can't do it anymore.
Will that be Part 6?
Yeah, it literally would be. So I'm done talking about The Strangers. The movie's bad. Don't watch it. I saw Dead of Winter this weekend. This is a new one, like survival horror movie turned into weird survival horror movie with another aspect to it, starring Emma Thompson. She's freaking great in it. Unfortunately, the movie is not like incredible. There's so many things that they could have done better, but there's some surprises, and it's done pretty well with what they had to work with. The big surprise for me this weekend, though, is Eleanor the Great with the wonderful June Squibb. She is incredible in her role as somebody that essentially is moving from her home in California to New York City, and she goes to a Holocaust survivor meeting, and she tells a story about surviving the Holocaust, and it is harrowing, and a lot of people rightfully empathize with her. And then you find out later in the movie that it might not be her story. And so it's finding out, like, dealing with aging and all kinds of memory problems and generational trauma and friendships and all of what that means. It is really, really good. And I feel like nobody's going to see it because it's a really crazy time at the theater right now. Because the next movie, One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson, it's a masterpiece, just like everybody said. It is fantastic. I will point out that the chase scene at the end that everybody's referencing is amazingly shot. It genuinely makes you feel like you are a part of the chase, and it reminded me of where I grew up, because I grew up on roads just like that, and a lot of people will appreciate it because it is shot incredibly. Everybody in that movie gives a hell of a performance. The story's great. It is hilarious through and through. It's not like anything Paul Thomas Anderson has ever made. People would probably enjoy it. I think most people would probably enjoy that movie. Then at home, I'm in the middle of 2 different movies that I'm trying to finish before this weekend. I started the newest Spike Lee joint, Highest to Lowest, starring Denzel.
You called it a joint.
Specifically, he's there are different movies that he does not call Spike Lee joint because he doesn't.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny for you to say it.
Anyways, one thing I want to point out, like Spike Lee has always been able to capture a really incredible, like real picture of wherever he's shooting. And the amount of freaking green screens in Highest to Lowest that are so like off-putting to a point that it takes you out of the movie, it is not great. It is quite distracting. The story itself is a very interesting story, I will say. However, man, the green screen work is so jarringly bad. I am shocked that it was like approved to be in the movie. It's that bad. The last thing, I'm in the middle of showing my kids, or showing my wife, sorry, not my kids, Avatar again, because I'm seeing Avatar 2 this weekend. And dear God, do I really not like that movie? Will, I had to imagine Avatar is like one of your least favorite movies of all time.
Hated it. Dances with Smurfs.
That's really funny.
Just
since 2009, I've called it Fern Gully with blue people.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Nothing I like more than somebody using like more like a gigaton of electricity to tell me how important the environment is.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I just So enjoy Avatar 3.
That's later this year. I still haven't seen Avatar 2, and I'm seeing that this weekend.
Oh, that's what you're seeing this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get to announcements,
Well,
I do want to talk. What?
You know what? I need to keep it on point.
This is on point. Before we talk about announcements, there was some interesting things said in the last 24 hours that I want to clarify because I went to the bottom of the source. Yesterday, Lionsgate announced that Quentin Tarantino's The Whole Bloody Affair, which is Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, will be playing for the first time across the country in the U.S. In theaters in major markets. We have no definitions of what major markets is, how many theaters it will play in, or anything. And people blew up, very excited. I know that, Will, you're not a Tarantino guy. If you want to go to the bathroom right now or something, that's fine. So Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 is getting its Whole Bloody Affair run. And a lot of people were wondering, does that mean we can finally, hope to see it on physical media? Because it's something that we've been after for a long time. And that discussion was being had for a couple hours. And then a website called City on Fire, which frequently discusses Asian films, which The Whole Bloody Affair theoretically has a Japanese segment that is very early on in the story of The Whole Bloody Affair because it came out on Japanese DVD ages ago. Anyways, I don't need to tell the whole backstory. They broke the news on their website that said this will be playing in theaters in early December with a 4K UHD to follow shortly after. And I went to City on Fire and said, hey, what is your source for the disc coming out? Because I'd like to be able to post about this news because it's big news. And they said, well, it's industry standard. And I went, what does that mean? And they said, well, with Lionsgate Limited doing what they do on their website, they just have to put it out on disc. It'll be a 4K steelbook. You know that they're going to do it. And I said, wait a minute. So you're just assuming that this is coming and you're announcing that it's confirmed that a disc is following? And they said, no, we're not assuming. Just, that's going to happen. I went, well, that's not news. You can't confirm this as saying that it's coming. And so a lot of people have been excited over the last 24 hours that The Whole Bloody Affair is coming to UHD. We don't know that. Home video rights and theatrical rights are very, very different. And there is nothing confirming that this is coming to disc anytime soon. It's a More than 4-hour cut when these two films are put together as the whole bloody affair. And yeah, check sources, because there's no reason that you should be super excited about something if it's not a true story. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Now, what do you want to do to shit on Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 there, Will?
No, I was glad you were able to make time for such a hard-hitting story.
It's truly a thing, because this is something that a lot of people have been after for 20 years, literally.
Yeah. Well,
That's it? All right.
Keep the faith.
Well, keep the faith, but let's talk about things that we can have true faith in. Arrow Video. Let's start with them. December 1st on 4K and Blu-ray limited editions coming over in the UK is City on Fire from 1987. This is the first of their version of the Golden Princess catalog that Shout Factory licensed, and they are sub-licensing to a handful of companies around the world. Arrow is getting these. There is a company called The Legends, I believe, in Italy getting these. Imprint in Australia is getting these. We're going to talk more about Imprint and those in just a little bit. But City on Fire is a big damn deal. Will and I have been looking forward to the Arrow release of this for a long time. This is going to have a new commentary with Frank Chang and FJ DeSanto, a new interview with the screenwriter, Tommy Sham, all of the same things that are on the Shout disc, so I'm not going to go through all of these. However, this also has 3 archival interviews that are not on the Shout disc. So if you're trying to get the best release at the moment, this looks to be it. Will, tell us about City on Fire and how you feel about it.
Well, speaking of Quentin Tarantino, great segue.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the 4K Shout Factory edition to go on sale, and now I'm waiting for the Arrow edition to go on sale instead. I'm very excited. This was one of the films that I included in my DVD to Blu-ray wish list last January when I was on.
Yep.
So you're welcome. It went from DVD to 4K. I'm so happy. It's if you're not familiar with it, it is the source material for Reservoir Dogs, and but it tells a different part of the story than the Tarantino film that you're familiar with. So, highly worth checking out. I think it's one of Ringo Lam's best movies. Some might say it is his best movie. I don't know.
I don't even think it's a hot take. I do think this looks great. Obviously, the art on here by Tony Stella is amazing. Poster art on the booklet and on the insert is stupendous. To me, the Arrow releases of these is going to be the way to go. But I will point out, too, Brian in the comments, he's been checking out the ones that have come out from Shout already here in the U.S., and he says he's not sure he loves the Shout transfers. These first 4Ks could be color timed better. So I will be very curious to see comparisons between what these companies are putting out. Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie asked earlier if I might be getting a kitten. I don't think so, but I'd like one.
All right. Let's go to our next one.
We had Tiffany on, and you said that it was already going to be like a 4-hour show, so I'm trying to be pithy.
Well, people also want Dr. Will. They crave you, Will.
Nobody craves me.
You are going to get multiple comments after I said that of people confirming that they do in fact crave you.
Well, I'm not fishing.
Well, I'm fishing for a 4K of The House with Laughing Windows. So let's go to our next announcement, which is December 2nd on 4K and limited Blu-ray here in the U.S. from Arrow is The House with the Laughing Windows. It's not the UK release, but it is coming in the U.S. The UK is going to be done by Shameless, and The House with Laughing Windows done by Pupi Avati. Great movie. We make our way up from, again, just like City on Fire, DVD all the way up to 4K. We got a new commentary by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas and Josh Nelson. New commentary by Eugenio, friend of the channel. Troy Howarth, friend of the channel. There's a new feature-length doc directed by Federico Cadeo, featuring interviews with the co-writer and a bunch of other individuals. Multiple visual essays. There's going to be a booklet with new writing. House with the Laughing Windows. Any thoughts on that?
Well, this is my announcement of the month. And also a film on my wish list from last year.
Yep.
DVD to 4K yet again. I love this film. I think it's one of the most beautifully shot movies, and I cannot wait to see this restoration.
Yeah, it's undoubtedly going to look beautiful. I am stoked that this is finally happening. This has been teased many, many times, and yeah, looks like an absolutely wonderful release. Then, a big one, Shawscope Volume 4 is coming out on December 8th in the UK, December 9th here in North America. And this one leans heavily towards the cult side of things, which is going to make a lot of people happy. And we've got some pretty great movies in this. One of the biggest ones, Super Inframan, is one that people have been asking for since the very first Shawscope. Disc 2, we got Oily Maniac and Battle Wizard. Disc 3, we got Black Magic and Black Magic Part 2. Disc 4 is Hex and Bewitched. Disc 5 is Hex versus Witchcraft and Hex After Hex. Disc 6 is Bat Without Wings and Bloody Parrot. Disc 7 is The Fake Ghost Catchers and Demon of the Loot. Disc 8 is Seeding of a Ghost and Portrait in Crystal. Disc 9, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And then Disc 10 is a bonus disc with a whole bunch of special features. As usual, all kinds of great titles, lots of movies in these releases. There is no overlap with what is currently coming out from Shout Factory. I know that's a common question. However, this does have many films that were released previously by 88 Films and a couple that were just released previously by Imprint. Shawscopes, have you picked any of these up? Are you Shaw Brothers guy? I don't remember.
I do have the first 3 Shawscopes, so I have to do this at some point. It's a bad time to be broke. Yeah, and what is this? So 4 Shawscopes, and now we have what, 8 of the Shout Factories?
Yeah, we're about to discuss Volume 8 tonight. Yeah.
Wow. So happy. And this going into more horror and fantasy, super great. So excited about. I don't think I've seen any of these films except for Oily Maniac.
I'm kind of surprised by that. No Hex or Seeding of a Ghost yet?
I don't think so.
Were you ever picking up the 88 Films releases of all those, or did you pass on all those?
No, I mean, I didn't know about 88 Films until maybe a year ago.
Oh wow.
I didn't go region free and start looking at other distributors outside of region A until pretty recently, honestly, the past couple of years. So
what else happened in the last couple of years? I wonder.
I met Tiffany Shepis.
Oh yeah, I'm not important. Let's get into Wild Style. December 1st in the UK.
Another one on my list.
In North America, we get a 4K and Blu-ray release of Wild Style from 1982. They are also selling on their website right now. They don't list it as an exclusive, but there is a bundle with a vinyl as well. This is a big title for a lot of people. This was like a foundational film for many, many individuals. You've got a 4K and disc and then a Blu-ray extras disc if you get the 4K release. You got a book with a bunch of new writing. You've got double-sided fold-out poster, a mini version of the Wild Style issue of Hip Hop Family Tree, the comic book, and then you got 3 Wild Style logo stickers. As far as the extras go, new commentary with Jeff Chairman Mao and Andrew Monk One Mason. There's an archival commentary. There is a new interview with a bunch of individuals from this. All kinds of archival extras. But then, just to make you more enticed to buy the limited edition, there is a 3rd disc, which is the CD, and it has an exclusive new Wild Style mega mix and original radio spots, rare alternate mixes of a bunch of stuff from the film. All kinds of stuff to make this just a really stellar release. Tell us about your love for Wild Style, Will.
Oh man, I've shown this one in class several times. This is a really interesting film because it's a combination of documentary and fiction. I think they call it docufiction. About early 80s graffiti culture.
Right.
Which also leads us into the early days of hip-hop. So you got Busy Bee and the Cold Crush Crew and the Rocksteady Brothers. All these... wow, no respect.
Sorry.
All these, important foundational rappers, and it's this incredible snapshot of the time, and you see some great art, everything.
Really good stuff here. This is one that I think a lot of people were upset because the basketball hoop picture was their hint for this one, but it makes sense. So that's Arrow. Pretty stellar December. I know we don't give like really drawn out overviews of the year or anything, but how are you feeling about Arrow this year? Because this is the last announcement of 2025 for them. I feel like they've had like a shockingly big year, huge mainstream titles, obviously, but some major gems to come out and get pretty great releases.
Yeah, it's been a great year.
Yeah, very happy with it overall.
They've got my support and appreciation.
Well, let's talk about TerrorVision now. Last Friday's announcement to continue their 13 weeks of Halloween. They announced a double feature of the American Scream and Best Worst Movie, 2 documentaries about making movies that if you have followed cult films for the last couple decades, these are pretty big titles for a lot of people. Best Worst Movie has gotten more and more popular, and I think the American Scream is kind of underappreciated. So I really hope this makes some people come around to see what they can offer through this. But yeah, this is a pretty big deal. The bigger deal, though, is let's look at the extras on here. So you got both of the movies. There's a new interview with George Hardy. There's deleted scenes, all kinds of like short excerpts of interviews and featurettes and all kinds of stuff they're doing. And then you get to the crazy stuff that TerrorVision has put together for this. You got the next Shocktail Hours Halloween Monster Mix. They put on a scanned 2K from our archival 16mm print of Night of the Living Dead. And then Stephanie Crawford, who it's Stephanie's birthday today. Happy birthday, Stephanie Crawford. And Brad from TerrorVision do a commentary on Night of the Living Dead. And then there's also a commentary with Mike and Mark, Mike Shank and Mark Borchardt. That it is that commentary, that one. They gave permission to be able to put it on the disc. There's also a 2K scan of an archival 8mm print of Nosferatu from 1922. And then 1925's Phantom of the Opera is scanned in 2K as an archival print on this as well. So you actually get 5 films if you buy this, quote, double feature. Best Worst Movie, American Scream. Any thoughts, Will?
Big fan. I saw Best Worst Movie at the River Run Film Festival when it was first released. Oh, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
It was great. I haven't seen the American Scream, but I've read about it many times. So I'm very excited to get both. This is an upgrade of the previous Best Worst Movie release that I have. So
yeah, absolutely. Next, we're done with the Arrow, but they did get details put out there for their Ninja Turtles release. This is the trilogy of all 3 being released on 4K and Blu-ray as well. As far as the extras on this, there is a lot. They've got new commentaries, multiple new commentaries, multiple new interviews, all kinds of stuff that is really cool, including like interviews with some of the Henson puppeteers. All 3 films on their own disc, of course. All kinds of stuff, new commentaries on all 3 films, big booklet. This looks to be like a really stellar release. Are you into the Turtles? Are you getting this?
No.
That's what I thought. All right, moving right along.
I mean, I'm cool with it. I saw them and they're cool and everything. I just don't have the nostalgia for it.
Right. Little after when you probably would have fallen in love with it.
Yeah, I was a little too old, I think, to be super into it.
Well, on a similar tonal note, November 18th, Kino Lorber is releasing French Noir Collection Volume 2. This has Rhine Virgin from 1953, The Beast is Loose from 1959, Trapped by Fear from 1960, and The Passion of Slow Fire from 61. Some big names in this, like Lino Ventura and Jean-Paul Belmondo. Yeah, these little bundle options that they put out of some of these are really great for the price. I saw some people kind of worried about this because it's 4 films on 2 discs. It's going to be great, I'm sure. It's not that bad. They're not taking up much room on that disc anyway. New commentaries for all 4 films. Yeah. Any thoughts, William?
Oh, yeah, this is definite. I don't know the films, but obviously the cast is enticing, and yeah, all these, as you were saying, when they're in collections like this, makes it a sure bet.
Super affordable. All right. Next up, Hammer announced their next 4K release, and that is The Men of Sherwood Forest from 1954. I recorded a conversation for another show this week on Robin Hood stuff, and I mentioned this briefly. How I'm eager to see this one. Is this one you've seen, Will?
No.
I'm anybody in the chat seen this? I'm very curious to check this out because the Robin Hood story. I feel like Robin Hood is just kind of a bland character. I'm very curious to see what they could do with it.
Especially in your favorite version of Robin Hood.
That's what brought it up. Yeah, we talked about how he's kind of the worst part of the movie, and the side characters are literally the only thing that make the movie worth it.
Well, the best Robin Hood movie is the Disney one where he's a fox.
I agree, and said that in the podcast.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
It's so good. The animation's great.
That might be my favorite Disney movie, actually.
Ooh, that's a good question. We should do that conversation at some point.
That and Sword and Stone, I think those are my two big ones.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
As usual, as part of these Hammered releases, crazy extras, tons of like archival stuff. They go deep into the Hammer archives and collections that they can get into over in the UK. Lots of new writing and a giant booklet. This is one of like the smaller ones that doesn't come in the big like slip box, hard box release that they do. It's the slightly smaller deluxe release, but it's the Men of Sherwood Forest, so it makes sense that it wouldn't be like this giant release. These all look great. Yeah, I'm very curious to watch this at some point. In 2026, Kino Lorber is releasing a 4K of Barb Wire. Yes, the Pamela Anderson film from 1996. We don't know that it's going to be the unrated cut, but it probably will be the unrated cut. Will it be in 4K? Maybe not. Kino is kind of only able to do what the studios give them. But hey, I'm sure you've seen Barb Wire before. Will, tell us about it.
I've never seen it.
Really? This seems like one that you'd watch at least 8 times in a day.
That's because you have the wrong idea about me, sir.
That's not true.
I'm not a Pam Anderson guy. I think she's great. It's just that's not my crush from the era.
Understandable entirely. Also, pretty soon, Kino is releasing the Texas Rangers from 1936. I bet you're more excited about this one than Barb Wire.
Yeah. I'm always up for an old Western. This looks great.
Yep. I've never seen this, never heard of it. This one says 2 down on their luck. Former outlaws volunteer to be Texas Rangers and find themselves assigned to bring in an old friend, now a notorious outlaw. 4K restoration by Universal, which pretty damn incredible for something like this. Looking good. I have never seen this movie, didn't even know he made it, but coming on November 24th, Studio Canal is releasing a 4K of 2015's Legend starring Tom Hardy. This is a 10-year anniversary collector's edition, brand new 4K restoration with the 48-page book, 2 posters, 4 art cards, new on-disc piece called Myth and Legend with Brian Helgeland, audio commentary with the director Brian as well, and then a couple other featurettes that were archival. This is one of the stories of the Krays, the UK criminal family. Have you ever seen Legend?
AKA Cray Cray. Because
there's 2 of them. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Craig says Hardy was great in that. Man, I genuinely, I don't even think I remember it coming out. Wow. Dustin was writing out the exact same joke at the same time.
Way to go, Dustin.
Still over in the UK, November 10th, Screenbound is putting out a 4K of Ticks. It is identical to the Vinegar Syndrome disc. The encode and all that will possibly be slightly different, but it's from the same scan. It's got all the same extras, all that. It's limited to 1,000 copies, got a double-sided poster. They're even using the same art that was used by Vinegar Syndrome. I will say, Ticks is great fun. Love this movie. Check it out if you don't have the VS.
Executive produced by Brian Usna.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Good guy. In 2026, Australia is getting a release by imprint of the New Avengers. We talked about this last week. That Studio Canal, Studio Canal is releasing this over in the UK, and they are giving imprint a run for their money for pricing. But check out the New Avengers from imprint if you're into it. Speaking of imprint, we talked about Golden Princess stuff, and we will talk more about that in a little bit, but they also announced that coming in 2026, they're putting out a 4K of Farewell My Concubine. This was released here in the States by Criterion, and so if you're waiting on another release of that, you will be able to get it in Australia from imprint. Probably a really nice hard box for this film because it certainly deserves it. Yeah, good stuff. Film Masters pretty soon is going to be putting out one of their limited edition archive collection releases of Vincent Price in House on Haunted Hill. Had a lot of questions about this film on if it's going to be a new scan. The odds are probably not. This film is in the public domain, and Film Masters, they generally do scans that they can. So this will probably be some sort of archival print of sorts. There's little to no evidence or precedent set that they will be able to get the original negative from Warner Brothers for this. However, this is an amazing movie. William Castle directing, Vincent Price starring. I'm sure you've seen House on Haunted Hill, Will.
Absolutely. I'm a fan.
Yes.
You see what I'm doing?
I do, and it's weird. Like, you're throwing me off. You're supposed to be talking about it. It's a great movie.
It is. I enjoy it. I like the one. I even like the one with Stu from Scream, Matthew Lillard.
This is a fun movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Jeffrey Combs. Anyway, yeah, it's Vincent Price. It's William Castle. It's House on Haunted Hill. What more?
It'll have an audio commentary by Heath Holland from Serial at Midnight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to have to pay extra to hear what he thinks about it?
If you want the disc, yeah. We got a lot to talk about with Shout Factory tonight because they announced a ton of stuff, even though a lot of them are the exact same things that they put out before. Like this one, December 2nd, they're putting out an Amazon exclusive 4K steelbook of Dawn of the Dead. Not that one, 2004's Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead, which, again, a lot of people pointing out the art from Shout is not looking too great this year. How are you feeling about that?
I thought that the choice of the Jim Carroll Band for the end title music was very funny.
I like this movie. I do not like this art.
Oh, well, steelbookers. They're a different breed.
They really are. I will say, if you are I'm buying every steelbook person, you are living well right now. You have choices galore. Although, I guess you would probably be spending a lot.
Your microphone's messing up and you sound like Chevy Chase in a phone booth.
Okay, then you get to talk about the next one.
No, you're back now. The Sword and the Sorcerer, one of my favorite of the Pune years. This was Albert Pune's first film, right?
82. It's got to be close.
Pretty early. Big fan. One of the great sword and sorcery movies of the era.
That was really fun to see you try to weasel out of that. So this is also coming on December 2nd in an Amazon exclusive 4K steelbook. No new extras, nothing like that. It's literally the exact same discs. Then also on December 2nd, they are putting out a 4K steelbook Amazon exclusive of The People Under the Stairs. Not the last Wes Craven film that we're going to talk about tonight. Now, the big controversy with this, I should say, is the first time this was released, Shout Factory region locked the 4K disc. So now the question is going to be, did they fix that? Because it should not be region locked. It's quite possible that it's the exact same disc because Shout Factory is pretty dang lazy. So we'll see if that happens. when it comes out. We won't know until the disc is in hand. Sadly, they're not going to confirm that beforehand or anything like that. So, People Under the Stairs. How do you rank that in the Wes Craven filmography? Since you've been spending a lot of time with Wes's work over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'd say it's in the upper third for me. It's very enjoyable. Perverse and great visual design. Love the story.
Yeah,
it's not horrifying in the way that Nightmare is, but it's great fun. And I'm sympathetic to the themes.
Understandable. We're leaving Shout for a moment because there's an Amazon exclusive Blu-ray box set from Universal coming. We don't have a date yet for it, but it is Downton Abbey, the Ultimate Legacy Collection, which includes all 6 of the TV seasons and all 3 of the films, all in one box. It's also got this giant gift set package with elegant 52-page book packaging, special commentary, sketches, bios, photos, and more. I imagine, Will, you have spent many weeks watching Downton Abbey?
Well, I was a huge fan of Upstairs, Downstairs, the sort of soap opera that was kind of adapted into Downton Abbey by Jean Marsh, a.k.a. Queen Bavmorda of Willow.
Yeah.
You're not familiar with Upstairs, Downstairs, are you?
I've seen, I think, one episode way back in the day because I've loved British TV for a long time.
It's fantastic, but I have yet to dip my toes into Downton Abbey, so this might be it. I did get a code to BritBox, so
you got to share that.
Do they have Downton Abbey on BritBox?
I would imagine so. If not, that'd be really funny. All right, more stuff from Shout. December 2nd, 4K release of one of the biggest titles from the Golden Princess library that people have been after for so long, 1989's The Killer, John Woo's unforgettable classic on 4K, making a big debut from them. New commentary with John Woo and Drew Taylor, new commentary with David West. There's an archival commentary, which is really cool that it's here from the Criterion release when they put this out previously. Disc 2 is going to have the movie on Blu-ray and then those same extras. And then Disc 3 has all kinds of new stuff, including a feature-length doc on the cinema of Hong Kong's iconic director, featuring new interviews with a bunch of people associated with his films. A brand new interview with just John Woo, interview with one of the producers, Terrence Chang, interview with one of his editors, and more. There's an interview with Grady Hendrix on here, which is pretty cool, and then even more archival extras. This is a crazy-looking release. They really went all out, and I cannot wait to buy the Arrow version.
Well, I should have sold my Criterion DVD earlier, I guess. Shoot. Yeah, obviously this is going to be...
Cannot wait to see this in 4K.
Yeah.
I like this art style more than what they did with Hard Boiled. I think the red works, but I don't really love the Grand Theft Auto video game style that they went with on these. I'm really hopeful that Arrow is going to be doing Tony Stella stuff for pretty much all of the big Golden Princess titles. That'd be crazy. Reservoirs keeps thinking that John Woo has passed. Thankfully, he's still with us. Next up is, we talked about this a moment ago, Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 8. I'm sure you're not keeping up with them. Have you gotten any of the Shaw Brothers box sets from them? Because they are pricey.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a single one, but I'm like, and then they'll go on sale, but still be like $95 or $110, and I'm like, no, I can't, but I want to.
These are great because, again, like we said earlier, there's no crossover with Arrow stuff. There's sometimes some stuff that's been in an imprint box or something like that, but this is not something that the same two companies can't release the same films in the same territory unless there's some special deal, and there's not on this. So this one has Return of the Sentimental Swordsman, Perils of the Sentimental Swordsman, The Duel of the Century, The Emperor and His Brother, Ambitious Kung Fu Girl, which is supposed to be like really great. The Treasure Hunters, Cat vs. Rat, Ghost Galore, The Enchantress, New Tales of the Flying Fox, Return of the Bastard Swordsman, Secret Service of the Imperial Court is the last film on here. And again, all of the films have new commentaries. All of the films have interviews and archival extras. They are doing very well to give these the love that they can. These look great.
They do.
Another great movie. December 9th, Shout is putting out a 4K steelbook of Black Christmas from 1974. If only they would do the 2006 version, but they have not yet. This is probably it's a great movie. I love Black Christmas or Black Xmas, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this movie. This is, I think, the best Shout art this month. I really want this poster, but there's no way in hell I'm buying this movie for like the 9th time. This is by far, in my opinion at least, the best poster they've done in a while.
Big fan.
December 16th, 4K from Shout coming of Leaving Las Vegas from 1995. There is only a 4K disc in this. The Blu-ray was released by Sandpiper Pictures recently, so they cannot release it on Blu-ray. There's new audio commentary on here by the director, Mike Figgis, and that is the only thing that they have added. Yeah, good movie. Nicolas Cage, Elizabeth Shue. Any thoughts?
Never saw it.
KB, if you're being serious, you're beautiful, and I love you. Jaden in the chat says Black Xmas and P2, the two big Christmas horror films we desperately need 4Ks for. I think Black Xmas would look incredible on 4K. Give us a good 4K HDR scan of that. Oh man, that'd be beautiful.
I saw P2.
What'd you think of it?
It's okay.
In Will parlance, that means it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean,
Jaden is saying you can't get those two on physical media, but hey, at least we have two front teeth. But just so you know, Black Xmas did come out on Blu-ray in Germany, and it's region free and English friendly, and you should buy it. It's a good disc. Go ahead, Will.
You know what they call it in Germany?
Tell me.
Schwarz Christmas.
I don't know German. I'm assuming that's the word for black. December 16th, we are getting David Cronenberg's Rabid on 4K. 1977's armpit horror Rabid. I love this movie. There is literally very little new on this. There is one thing. There's an interview with Violet Lucca, author of David Cronenberg Clinical Trials, but that is it. How do you feel about Rabid in the pantheon of Cronenberg?
Oh, I'm a big fan. I don't really rank his films because they're so different.
They're so different. He's got different eras.
Yeah. But I tend to love the early eras the most.
Yeah.
And Rabid's awesome.
Yeah, Rabid's fantastic. If you've never seen it, check it out. I am very hopeful about how this can look on 4K. And I think I've got all the other Cronenbergs on 4K, so I'm going to have to do this one as well at some point. Good movie. Very good movie. A movie that I've not seen. December 23rd, they are putting out a 4K here in the U.S. as their Shout Select line of Cloud Atlas from 2012, the Tom Hanks and Halle Berry film. Have you seen Cloud Atlas, Will? Because I'm very curious what you think of this.
I have not. So
this is a... To say it's polarizing, that's not a play on the Polar Express, it would be an understatement. Some people say this is a beautiful masterpiece, and other people literally say this is the worst movie ever made. Supposedly, it's a very complex film. I would love to check it out. It's done by the Wachowskis. There is not much on here, sadly. You got a 3-disc set. There is, I forgot that this was on here, so maybe there is. There's a unique feature-length looking back at the film, hosted by John Donahue, including brand new interviews with a bunch of people associated with it. Whole bunch, actually.
That sounds like a lot.
I mean, that's all that's on here, and some archival featurettes. But I kind of want to see this.
Hey,
If
you know where the rest of the extras are?
in the clouds.
In the cloud.
I did not mean to steal that thunder. That was terrible. I'm sorry. So yeah, I need to check this out. Aaron says it's a gorgeous film, though, worth seeing. Never seen it, but always been intrigued, says Paul. Need to see it again, says Vance, but I remember it being challenging. Patty Boy says it's a weird movie. I love it. Sib says they managed to somehow make a complicated book an even more complicated movie. Uh-oh. Yeah, 2 different slip covers and posters if you buy from their website, or you can just get the floating heads one if you buy anywhere else. Next up, this is kind of worrying. December 9th, they're putting out a 4K steelbook of The Gray from 2011, Liam Neeson's The Gray.
Now that's funny. I think Liam Neeson's way funnier in The Gray than in The Naked Gun.
That's hilarious. But this is only getting a steelbook release. This is not getting a standard release, at least that they've announced yet, which I really don't want to see exclusive steelbook only releases. Please. We definitely don't want to get stuck with that choice. I don't love the art on this one. This is a movie that the first time I tried to watch this, my wife and I were on a road trip on our honeymoon, and this was streaming, and we were like, "Hey, let's try The Gray." By the way, not a great honeymoon movie.
No, I suppose not.
Yeah, weird choice. Thankfully, it didn't stay on very long. Next up, man, this is a weird art choice. December 23rd, they're putting out a 4K steelbook of Tales from the Dark Side. If you buy it from their website, you can get a full poster art of this crazy vector art choice.
The first time I saw it, I thought it was a new edition of House.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. How does this make sense for Tales from the Dark Side?
I don't know.
Shout's art choices lately are crazy.
It's a representation of what's in there.
Is it, though?
I mean, there's a cat.
There's a cat. The most simplistic way to say that. You know what's crazy? We're still not done with Shout yet. There's still more here. So next up, December 16th. This is a website exclusive. This is a Blu-ray box set, even though they put the UHD logo on the side of the box on this mock-up. It is not UHD, just Blu-ray. And this is Hong Kong Cinema Classics line, the release of Hong Kong New Wave Essentials from 1985 to 1990, including 0 New Wave films by 0 New Wave directors. They just needed to apply a title to it. This includes Painted Faces, The Story of My Son, Women, and that is it. Those 3 films. You got new extras on all of these, all kinds of extras, brand new commentaries, brand new interviews, brand new looking backs, new featurettes, all kinds of stuff. I love that they're giving nice releases for even some of these like underseen type of films, but 2 of these in particular, Painted Faces and Women, are supposed to be great. Are these any that you've seen before, sir?
No, I'm very intrigued by this.
I don't like the website exclusive aspect, but I get that they got to make their money off of it, so understandable. Next up, that Wanted Steelbook that was a Walmart exclusive previously. Now you can buy it anywhere. Nothing new on that. That will be available on December 2nd. And then December 9th, they're doing a 4K Steelbook of Riddick from 2013. None of...
That cover looks great. It's like,
Nothing new on these, but if you buy it from their website, you can get a rolled poster of that artwork, as Will shouted out.
He's choking his chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that is it for Shout.
The Chronicle of Rid Dick.
December 8th, there is a 4K release over in the UK from all the anime of Perfect Blue from 1997.
Wow.
Wonderful movie. This is going to have a 4K disc, a Blu-ray disc, and then an extra Blu-ray disc that we're going to talk about. The bonus disc is actually really cool, something that people have wanted for quite some time. It is the full-length Satoshi Kon lecture that's almost 2 hours long, offering up a comprehensive study and breakdown of the film from the director himself. This will be in a rigid slipcase. It will have a 132-page book with a bunch of artwork, character designs, all kinds of stuff, and then 10 art cards with visuals from the movie and a replica quad poster. This is a really fun release for an absolutely beautiful movie. Perfect Blue, Will?
I'm just looking at the cover of the book and thinking, how funny would it be to read that on a park bench? Just walking by.
In Central Park, yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing Perfect Blue a long time ago. Yeah, the animation. I remember very little of it, except the animation was quite impressive.
It's a good movie. It's quite violent. Damn good story about stalking a pop band, and it's very good. Yeah, love it.
Wow.
Talking about Troma again. In early December, Refuse Films over in the UK is releasing their second round of Troma Archive releases, and these are wild. Now, we should preface this to say some of these we already know are getting a 4K release here in the US. The others likely will eventually. I mean, we're talking about Vinegar Syndrome putting out 4Ks of Troma stuff more and more. So these are not going to be the highest video quality. However, the extras on these are where they shine, because no one will ever pack as much into a disc as Refuse is doing on these. So the first one is Class of Nukem High from 1986. Now this, we got a 2K scan of the director's cut in HD, the 1997 director's cut in the original aspect ratio, 1987 Devil's Poison High School Japanese cut in original aspect ratio, multiple audio commentaries, lots of deleted scenes, USA Network Up All Night TV scenes, Lloyd Kaufman interview from this year and from 2012, and then stuff from 1996 all the way up through 2020. Tons of stuff that's coming on here, TV spots, trailers. All I need to know about filmmaking, I learned from the Toxic Avenger from Lloyd Kaufman, Troma Team Video Nukem Intro, Tromaville High School Digital XS, all kinds of other stuff. These are region-free. Class of Nukem High, how do you feel about this one, Will?
It's an important statement in the early environmental movement. Big, huge fan.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Next up from them is a classic. Also coming in that round is Frankenhooker. This has a 2K scan of the director's cut in HD, SD director's cut in the original aspect ratio, SD work print cut, which is a VHS rip in the original aspect ratio, multiple commentaries, 3 of them to be quite honest on that. We've got interviews from 2006, 2011, 2000, featurettes from 96, 97, 89, all kinds of stuff. Frankenhooker trailer tape, video gallery, so much on here. Again, region free. You can pick this up right now. Will, Frankenhooker is a film that you teach. Frankenhooker is a film that you love. Tell me why this one's so special. What are you laughing at?
Well, it's kind of like it's an art film. It's like Poor Things.
It is a lot like Poor Things.
Yeah.
The 4K for this is coming in the US from Synapse eventually. They have announced that. We don't know when. It could be tomorrow that they announce it. It could be in 2029, sadly. So, yeah, that's how Synapse does it. Patty Boy wants to know, does anybody know if we'll ever get Tales from the Crypt or is streaming anywhere? We do know that Tales from the Crypt was filmed on film and then it was edited on tape. So the odds of them paying somebody to recreate all of that properly is not very high. They could release the same version that they put out on the DVD before, but it looked not great. I think they were streaming on HBO Max at some point. Not sure if they still are. That's it. Tales from the Crypt. Finally, from this Troma Archive collection is 1999's Decapitated. I've never seen this one, Will. Have you seen this one? How do you feel about this one?
It is as advertised. That's what you imagine is what you will get.
Is this what you get? Because this is on the back of the cover.
Nope.
This is the inner art. Lots of extras on this. 2025 HD remaster, an original open matte aspect ratio. You got multiple commentary, one commentary, lots of interviews, including a brand new Lloyd Kaufman interview on this one. The original Decapitated sales trailer. What else was here? There was something I was excited by. Troma's Edge TV episode 6 of 20 from 2000. I love that they're including that. The Can E-coverage Sex on the Riviera from 1998. Troma Basement episode 6 of 16. Short films, music video. Lots of stuff coming on here. Literally so much. It's like 6 hours worth of. I'm going way too far. Hello. I meant to go back on the pictures and I went too far. Yeah, I've not seen Decapitated. And Will seems to not love it very much. So that's I don't know. Okay. It's all right. All right, let's keep going. Pride and Prejudice from 2005 is getting a 4K release on November 25th from Universal. If you really love this movie, it is getting this 20th anniversary gift set. This will have a 42-page disc book, including a foreword written by the director, and then excerpts from the cast and crew. Looks like a really nice release of this film, but if you are not into this super fancy release, which looks like it will be the size of the A24 digibooks, the kind of big ones, they are also doing a standard 4K. That sound, when I mention this, have you seen this and do you love this?
I'm more into the Colin Hanks version.
That is surprising if that is true.
Oh no, I mean it's any rainy weekend I could just pop in disc 2 and drink tea and have a day. I haven't seen the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice.
It's a pretty great movie. If you like this story, I think you'll love this movie.
I'll take your word for it.
Next up, we mentioned Imprint and their Golden Princess stuff. We finally got some details, sort of. Starting in February, they are putting out 4K steelbooks of City on Fire, Peking Opera Blues, and a Chinese ghost story trilogy. Now, what's interesting here, Shout did not release the Chinese ghost story on 4K. They only released it on Blu-ray. And Imprint is seemingly saying here that they're going to put it on a 4K steelbook, which means Imprint may be the way to go. By then, I would think we might have an announcement from Arrow on it, since we know that title is ready. I imagine if Imprint can do 4K, Arrow is likely going to do 4K. It's just kind of silly that Shout, the one that paid all the money to license all these titles, did not go for 4K, but other people are. It's going to be crazy. Stan says, how late are you guys going tonight? Any idea? It'll be at least another hour and a half or so, Stan, if not longer. It's going to be a long one. Will decided to leave. October 28th, we are getting a 4K steelbook in the U.S. here from Disney of Edward Scissorhands from 1990 Tim Burton film. No new extras on this one, but I imagine this one is going to look incredible on 4K. This is going to be getting a overseas release as well, and that usually, at least lately, has meant that will get a standard 4K over in the UK. No confirmation on that yet, but this release is high on my list. I love this movie. Big Vincent Price film. It's obviously his last film, one that people love. There is a wonderful performance here from Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. Truly love this. One of Tim Burton's best. Top 4 or 5 at least, which is saying a lot. He's made some decent movies and some not decent movies. I wanted to know what Will thought of Edward Scissorhands, but I think we're going to miss it. Will, what do you think of Edward Scissorhands? I think you're still muted before you start talking. And definitely still muted.
Yeah, what'd you want?
Edward Scissorhands, what do you think of this?
Oh my gosh. You know, one of Anthony Michael Hall's standout performances.
Is that just like Halloween Kills?
I don't know. What's Halloween Kills? I haven't seen it.
Anthony Michael Hall is in Halloween Kills saying evil dies tonight about 847 times.
Oh, well, it's basically what he says in Edward Scissorhands.
It sounds like you put your microphone in your throat to talk. It is quite loud now.
Oh.
I think you turned up the gain. All right, continuing on. December 9th, there's a Blu-ray coming in the U.S. from Classic Flicks of Laurel and Hardy, The Restored Features, Volume 1 from 1931 and 32. This has Pardon Us and Pack Up Your Troubles on the discs. On the bonus features, which a lot of people were curious if they were going to have any bonus features. Not a lot of on here of like new stuff that was produced, but they are archiving some things. We got an opening title sequence of the preview version of Pardon Us, featuring the talking titles with the Crane twins. There's also a never before seen alternate ending for Pardon Us with no audio, and then a Pardon Us alternate audio track without incidental music. I've never loved Laurel and Hardy. How do you feel about Laurel and Hardy, Will?
I love Laurel and Hardy.
Understandable.
Wow.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know. Just not my style.
Yeah, not smart enough for you.
That's not true. I love the Three Stooges. I love the condescending laugh. The Shout Factory Shocktober sale is live. This runs until October 15th at 11:59 p.m. I gotta be honest, not great prices. These are basically like Amazon level prices that you can get year round, that they're like, hey, come and buy these. And now the big thing is last year when you watched the sales prices be a little lower, and you went into the sale, you could get some pretty decent gifts. They were giving stuff away if you spent $100. And now, if you spend $100 on this sale, you get an exclusive enamel pin. But wait, if you spend $150, they'll let you choose between an enamel pin and a tote bag. You don't get both. You get to choose.
Well, you know how I feel about tote bags.
This is really embarrassing for Shout. So, not great. Terrible sale. Moving on. Barbarella is finally getting a 4K release over in the UK on December 8th. This is coming from Paramount. It has basically no extras compared to the US release from Arrow. It has a retro sticker sheet, which Arrow didn't have, so that's a win. It's got reproduction Alpha 1 sign, rigid board slipcase, and a C card, fold out one sheet poster ×3, 3 collectible coasters, 6 art cards, and a capacity wallet. As far as special features, it gets a trailer.
What? Capacity wallet? What is that?
No clue. This is an awful release compared to the US release. I do feel bad for people over in the UK that don't import, because the Arrow release of Barbarella is incredible. And yeah, you should be able to access it. If you can, even get the standard. It's still great. If you're listening to this and you're like, ooh, Barbarella, the Arrow release is amazing. You can play the 4K disc anywhere. It's region free. I think even the Blu-ray in this is region free as well. Great movie. Good restoration. It looks really good. All right. November 28th, Curzon over in the UK is releasing a 4K release of the complete Jean Vigo from 1930 to 1934. This has the entire filmography. I'm not even going to try to pronounce these titles because I'm terrible at French. 4K restoration completed by Gaumont and some other Cinematechs helping them. As far as extras, this is going to be in a rigid slipcase with a digipack. You've got some image gallery, second versions, first versions, all kinds of stuff coming in this. Interviews with a couple individuals related to these. You've got a short film by Guy Madden. You've got feature-length doc from 1964. Look at the differences in versions, more short films, an intro by Martin Scorsese, all kinds of stuff. I have never seen any of these, and I feel like Will is about to school me. Can you tell me anything about these, sir?
They're great. Or as the French would say, bon.
They're fromage. That was a joke. Tell me about them, because obviously this person died very young, right? Is that the story here?
Yeah.
Will, a month ago, you spoke at length on literally everything, stuff that we weren't even talking about. Tonight, I'm getting yep. I don't want to go that fast. I want to learn, too. That's why people watch you.
Jean Vigo is an important filmmaker who died very young and unfortunately left a small body of work. He's very influential, thus the Madden short, stylistically, you know. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, all the films are beautiful. They're experimental with the form. They're less about story and more about presenting life, you know? They're great. They're beautiful.
Did you see what Brendan says sarcastically? We finally bullied Will into quiet submission. Great work, team.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
This Curzon release to me is saying that Criterion is likely going to put out a 4K of their box set now that these have all been restored in 4K. However, the Criterion release will not have anywhere near the extras that this does. This is on my must at this point. Everybody that I trust is saying that this is a must, and the extras just sound absolutely incredible. So I will need to check this out. We got some announcements from 88 Films. First, December 5th. Actually, I think all of these are December 15th. This is over in the UK, a Blu-ray of Full Moon's Crash and Burn from 1990, starring Bill Moseley. This just got a US release from Full Moon themselves. Audio commentary from the director Charles Band and Bill Moseley on this. Dave Wayne and Maddie Budrowitz are doing another commentary on this one. Making a blooper reel, all that similar stuff. You're a Full Moon guy. How do you feel about Crash and Burn? I imagine you've seen this one.
Oh, yeah. So much fun.
Will, oh my God.
Truth in advertising.
I do want to point out, my wife rarely watches these things. I got a text from my wife. Let's see. It's been 30 minutes ago. She says, Will is not even paying attention tonight. I can hear the awkward pauses through the floor.
I'm paying very close attention.
Oh, man. It's quite funny. All right.
I'm very tired. I don't know if you've ever seen me tired before. Usually I'm so energetic.
I have seen you tired countless times.
Countless.
I was literally forced to buy you coffee multiple days in a row.
I didn't force you to buy me coffee.
Yeah, you did.
Wow, now that I know how you feel about it.
I said it then. It wasn't a secret.
Wow.
People are going to think this is real. All right, next. 1974's Craze coming.
Who doesn't have a coffee maker in their house?
I've got one. You wanted Starbucks.
You don't have Starbucks.
That's where I bought your coffee.
It's well known that Starbucks boycotts Kansas City.
Craig says dads are fighting. 1974's Craze with Jack Palance. Lots of Jack Palance on the cover of this one. I have never seen Craze. Have you seen this one?
No. This is going to be great.
I really like the art that 88 Films is leaning into. Sean Longmore does some really good stuff on his pieces. Well, let's talk about the major news from 88 Films.
Major.
1997's The Hyena by Joe D'Amato getting a
Joe
Blu-ray
D'Amato.
release as part of the Italian collection. A late entry in D'Amato's long and infamous career, The Hyena mixes erotic tension with neo-noir intrigue, delivering a provocative thriller that blurs the line between pleasure and peril. We get a new audio commentary with Troy Howarth and Eugenio Ercolani on this one. There's an interview with the the dubbing director, Mark Thompson Ashworth.
That guy did some work.
He did. There's an interview with the actor and writer David D'Angelo, and then a visual essay by friend of the channel and other YouTuber that many of you might have seen, Sam Dunkley, who is film blogger Sam. Many of you have seen him in the Discord if you're part of the Disconnected's Patreon. And then finally, a visual essay by Will Dodson and Ryan Verrill. Tell us about The Hyena, Will.
It's well, first of all, I love the description of this movie, which is truthful,
Quite
in a
forgiving.
sense. Truthful in a sense. What's that line? I told the truth, but it was still a lie. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Joe D'Amato. I was always hopeful that we get to do something on a D'Amato film, and it's hilarious that this was the film, which may well have been the last one he made before fully turning to hardcore pornography. And speaking of hardcore pornography, our visual essay is an exploration of hyenas in mythology and biology. It's about the symbolism of the hyena.
In lots of different ways, genuinely lots of hyenas in our visual essay. I think our visual
way more hyenas in the essay than the film. In the film, you're not going to believe this. Spoiler alert: no hyenas.
Not a single one.
Unless it's a metaphor.
Oh wow. This movie is a wild one. If you know Joe D'Amato, you still might not even know The Hyena. This is a notorious one, one that I never imagined would get a boutique release in the year 2025.
I didn't realize it was going to have all these extras. Like, holy cow.
They got multiple new interviews, a commentary, and 2 visual essays on The Hyena, Will. Joe D'Amato's The Hyena got 5 new extras produced for it, and that is almost as much as went into this film, it feels like. And Will is choking, so I'm going to keep going. Buy the Hyena, check it out. This is a UK only release. I cannot wait to see our visual essay on the disc on the big screen, because oh man, there's some funny stuff that we do.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's talk about OCN. First, we're going to be getting into some adult films. The first one is Melusine releasing The Fireworks Woman from their Quality X line. And if you recognize this title, that's because this is the meat on a weird sandwich that Wes Craven made in between 2 crazy films. This came between Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes, and we get his adult film here, The Fireworks Woman, one that has been rumored to be able to be on HD for a long time, and it's finally here. Pretty big deal for them. We get a new visual essay by Craven biographer and friend of the channel, Joseph Madry, on the complicated history of The Fireworks Woman and its creator. New interview with the friend and collaborator Roy Frumpkis, detailing his time spent on the set of The Fireworks Woman, as well as recutting the film, trailers and stuff like that. Will, talk to us about The Fireworks Woman, since you are a Craven expert.
Oh, very excited. In fact, it's funny. I just talked to Joe this week, and he told me about filming this interview, but he wasn't sure if it was going to be released tomorrow or December or like 2 years from now. So perfect that it came to be released just a few days after. This is kind of a missing link in Wes Craven's filmography. Wes is in the film, does not do adult stuff, but he does play this kind of like prankster character that messes with people's visions of reality, you know. Yeah, the dreams and family traumas, as per usual, are the main themes of this film, which stars the world famous Eric Edwards.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This is something that, again, has been discussed for a long time. Kind of shocked that it's here. This is not something I really expected, but yeah, when I heard this was coming, I was quite ecstatic for fans of Wes. Next up, staying in that same vein, we get The Violation of Claudia and Hot Honey double feature. And if you don't know, this is directed by Bill Lustig, owner of Blue Underground and director of quite a few movies that we've talked about in the past. This one is newly scanned and restored in 2K from their OCNs. We got 2 feature-length commentaries with William Lustig, and Nicholas Winding Refn recorded the commentaries with him. We got original trailers for both, an audio podcast with William Lustig. Any thoughts on Claudia or Hot Honey?
Yeah, I've got. Well, I picked it up because I was curious of it being a Lustig film. I've got a DVD of Violation of Claudia somewhere, so this is.
You muted yourself. You're gonna have to press the button on the screen now that you muted that.
As I was saying, The Violation of Claudia is, a sleazy Bill Lustig movie. And I can get into that.
All right. Next up from Melusine, also as part of their Quality X line, is Inside Jennifer Wells. I cannot wait to see why Will made that face, but we'll talk about that in a moment. This is from 1977. Lots of censoring on the back of this slipcover. This one is going to be by Joe Sarno, which is a big deal, big name in the industry. Newly scanned and restored in 4K from the original 35 neg. We've got Boxball short film, trailers, image gallery, liner notes with booklet with Ashley West from the Rialto Report. And then Jennifer Wells' podcast is featured on the Rialto Report. This seemed like a must as well. I love what Ashley has done with the Melusine releases.
Yeah. Triple feature with the big name directors this month.
Huge from Melusine. They're also putting out a shirt for Inside Jennifer Wells. You can check that out as well. And we're going to talk about the VS releases in just a moment, but I'm going to skip forward just a couple, and then we'll come back to this. We're going to skip forward to this, Men from the Gutter. This is now available as part of the VSA line, and there's a booklet in this featuring the one and only Miss Erica Schultz.
What?
How we doing?
Hello.
It's been a long time. Glad you're here.
It has been a while. I'm up past my bedtime, so pardon my.
Erica's here because she is on this release, but also you got something pretty rad about to happen with the Miskatonic University.
Yes, I have a course that I'm going to be teaching as part of their fall schedule, November 18th. It's about child kills in film, so they reached out to me. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They really are. I'm like, you realize there are people like Dr. Dodson who have written true academic books about like Toby Hooper, and you're reaching out to me for this. So there is no justice in this world, Will. I apologize, but
I think I'd rather come to your class.
So yeah, the tickets are on sale for it now. It's about 2-hour class, but hi Craig. But it is going to be at I think it's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. But if you get a ticket, you can still watch the replay later on. So please get a ticket.
And it's cheap. I signed up pretty much immediately when you posted
thank
it.
you.
I've got it literally marked in the calendar. Cannot wait to watch it. I think it was less than like $10. Absolutely support Erica. Show them that they made the right choice in bringing her on. Did you prepare differently for this, or was it literally just I wrote the book? I could just get to talk about dead kids for 2 hours.
No, I have to put together a PowerPoint for it, so it's like I'm back at work. I mean, I am back at work, but I'm like, having to put a PowerPoint together. So, I mean, a lot of it is just transferring, the information from the book into that. Like, as you guys were talking earlier, I was working on my blondes with pigtails slide. So, just things like that. I do feel like I'm diving a little bit more into some of the ideas about parental anxieties and likelihood of children getting killed, that sort of thing, versus depending on, are they a mutant kid, or are they just an evil kid, and who's killing them, and that sort of thing. So there is something, even if you have the book, even if you've read the book, there'll be something new in there for those folks too.
I don't know if I said it when introducing it, but your course with Miskatonic, anybody can register for this. You don't have to be near the school. You can see it virtually. I'm nowhere near the school, and I still signed up immediately. It's $10, and you can watch it for I think it's 48 or 72 hours after the event, so you're not locked into any specific time. Great deal for 2 hours of talking about dead kids.
I think so.
If you're watching any movies about dead kids or movies where children are killed, the odds are high that those are horror movies. And if you're watching horror movies in October, you should be participating in Unsung Horror's charity drive, which is Horror Gives Back. And you do a completely different category for every day in October. And tell us about Horror Gives Back so everybody can go participate and donate money in your name.
Not in our name. This is, we did set up a fundraiser for it, but so this is our 6th year where we created this charity challenge where we basically said, hey, donate $1 or more, or really just whatever you can. If it's a flat amount, if it's $5 total, that's totally fine. But the general idea is $1 or more per horror movie that you watch in October. We do have a fundraiser set up through Best Friends Animal Society. I'm sure Ryan can share the link for that. But yeah, we have a lot of fun categories. We have a Stelvio Cipriani category this year. We have a Toby Hooper category this year. I just saw The Fun House at the theater. I love it every time I see it. I don't generally do rewatches, but it's a busy month, so doing that. We have an animal attacks category, so lots of options back there for you. But yeah, so it's going to run till the end of the month. The fundraiser itself will be open until November 2nd or 3rd. I think I set it up for. And in years past, we've raised thousands of dollars for Best Friends Animal Society. So participate if you can. I know times are tough right now. They are for me as well. But I think, if you can, please do.
What is your you're most looking forward to the theme day on the calendar this year? Because I always look at the calendar you guys put out and love it.
Hard to say. We did. There's always a Sweetest Taboo and like an Unsung Horrors rule that we do. I do try to do new watches. I'm going to probably just go. My 1970s is generally my favorite decade. I am looking forward to my South Korea pick this year, though, which, should be fun. So, but, the closer you get to Halloween, we try to get a little bit more close to the Gothic stuff and the Hammer horror and stuff like that. So Hail Satan's always fun. Bleeding Skull is always fun. I can't pick one. I like them all.
I always like the off-the-wall ones.
Calendar, he puts it together. I have zero artistic skills whatsoever. If I did it, it would be stick figures of Vincent Price. It would be stick figure with a little mustache.
I'm so stoked to see that PowerPoint presentation.
That's what it's going to be. Yeah, it's all stick figures. It's all just, kids lying on the ground in a pool of blood.
That's perfect. Anything else? Unsung Horrors. Obviously, everybody needs to go subscribe to the podcast if you haven't. It's one of my favorite shows, ones I've loved for a long time. But you want to talk about an upcoming episode?
Upcoming, we're covering the Phantom of Hollywood from 1974, I think. And then we'll have my October pick, and then we'll have No Rules in November, which hopefully we're having a returning guest come back. It's been a few years since he's been on, so we'll see if we can get schedules to work out for that. I'll be on a couple of podcasts as a guest spot. I can't say what they are yet because they haven't announced them yet, and one of them is a comeback podcast, so I'm excited for them. But yeah, and we generally wind down for December, and I'm probably going to take some time off after putting together a 50-slide PowerPoint.
Well, I don't know if this stresses you out or will make you feel good, but I wanted to say, still, every single month, I get DMs asking if there is any way I know of a place to buy The Sweetest Taboo. Obviously, you've been sold out for quite some time. Is there a chance that people can buy the first book soon? Which, by the way, if you've not heard, Erica, you're working on a second book, right?
Yeah. I am working on volume 2. I'm more than halfway done writing it. And a lot of that was because I was unemployed for 10 months. So what else was I going to do? So there is a possibility that there will be a reprint. And that's basically the plan, depending on how it works out and, what printing option I end up going with, depending on the degree to which the world is on fire, when that point even happens, we'll see. I'm not saying it's off the table, but I would discourage folks from buying from, third-party sites for exorbitant amounts of money. Not because I'm not getting any part of it. I don't care about that. If you really want the book, then fine. But I'm saying that there is a possibility that I'll do a reprint, and then later on, if I don't, then you can, shake your fist at me and go on eBay and find a copy, I guess. But so not anytime soon, though, because like I said, I'm only about halfway done with volume 2. If I do a reprint of the first one, that's going to coincide with the print of the new book. So ideally, what I would like to happen is for the crowdfunding to have a combination tier where it's okay, you missed out on the book last time, here's a chance for you to get both, kind of thing. So, but again, that would have to be, I'd have to get a certain number of people. And right now I only have 30 people on my wait list. So I'm is demand really that high? And I don't have the money to reprint it on my own. And I just don't think there's enough interest for me to even set up a GoFundMe to do a reprint right now. Plus I wouldn't right now anyway, because I don't even know what would happen if I were to get them printed in Czech Republic again. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Well, ramble about Men from the Gutter. Why should people buy this release? And tell us about what your contribution is.
I love Men from the Gutter. It's Shaw Brothers, really gritty crime film. As much as I love the stuff that's on Shaw Brothers soundstage and those beautiful films, I love stuff like this. And what I contributed to this was actually a video essay for about the star of it, Jason Pai Piao, who I love. He's one of my favorite sort of just go-to from the Shaw stable, who it can just insert himself into the grimy crime streets of Hong Kong. And then the next movie I see him in, he's just in a wuxia movie and, hamming it up. And I love him so much. So I was really happy to be able to contribute to this. I think it's a really unique film for Shaw Brothers. I know you guys talked about, the Arrow set earlier from that's going to be mostly like horror and sci-fi stuff. And
yeah,
something like this, I think, is just this kind of, there are plenty of crime films within Shaw Brothers. Like they have the whole Criminals series, like the anthology films and things like that. But this one, I think this is probably my favorite of this genre that came out of Shaw Brothers.
Nice. You've stepped up production on a bunch of stuff. You've had multiple contributions over the last few months. Any of those that you want to shout out or see if anybody are interested in?
I wasn't prepared for this. Now you're testing my memory. What is Let's see. I have a booklet essay in the cinematograph release of Mixed Blood, and booklet essay in Happy Hell Night and Arbor Day. And you didn't tell me you were going to ask me this, Ryan. I'm like, I don't remember. I know I have like, there's been a few like Hong Kong releases, like the Iron Angels set that I have an essay in. And then I've got a few that haven't been announced yet, but also Hong Kong that I'm really excited about too. Lance and I actually just finished up our second commentary together recently. So I'm not sure, again, when these things get announced. Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's a month. So hard to say. But I wouldn't say like, pick it up because I'm on it. I would say, pick up Men from the Gutter just because it's a fantastic movie and that it's one well worth watching multiple times and introducing your friends to.
Well, one that may have been missed, and if people are just going to support because it's Erica and you want to, Time to Die from Field Movement, I think is one that probably got overlooked.
Yeah. Yes. That one, I was really excited to get to contribute to that one because I finally got to flex my English Lit degree and write about the Latin boom movement and its connection to, the Mexican film industry at that time. The film itself was co-written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I talk a lot about him in the essay, as well as Carlos Fuentes and, some of the other films in that genre. And that one was a lot of fun just because I got to English geek out for a little bit.
Well, thanks for hanging out and telling everybody about everything. I know that you got to go to sleep, so
yeah, I'm like one step away. I've already got I'm face wash, ready next step, and then in bed. So yeah, and thank you for having me back on. I'll try to be back for a full length one, but I'm slowly getting my groove back, and I don't like being on camera anyway. So
I understand. I'll send you some caffeine pills, and we'll get that scheduled.
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good night. Good luck with the class. Good luck with everything. I'm glad that you're getting back into it.
Thanks. Bye.
Have a good one. So, surprise, Will.
Yeah, that was great. How about that?
Everybody please go support Unsung Horrors and Erica and Lance and all that they do. There's multiple releases coming out with them on it. But yeah, we'll talk more about Men from the Gutter in just a second, but it's cool that she's got everything going on right now. Specifically, the Miskatonic course is going to be great. I'm already registered for that. And then the big thing, Horror Gives back in October. As many titles as you watch that are horror, donate at least $1 to their fundraiser, and then they make a big announcement for how much was raised through their link at the end of the month. And it's always cool. It's always cool to participate. So check it out. All right, so we talked about this earlier in the night, but Vinegar Syndrome is releasing a 4K of Tromeo and Juliet, and this thing is freaking stuffed to the gills. 4 commentaries, new conversation with Lloyd Kaufman, new featurette with Will Keenan and Jane Jensen, new featurette with Debbie Rashawn, Tiffany Shepis, and Valentine Miele. There's the supporting cast of Tromeo and Juliet in that one. New featurette with the producers, tons of archival extras, 40-page perfect bound book with essays by Heather Drain, Bill Bria, Jesse Berberich. It's got one of the hard box releases around this Johnny Rotten art. And this looks, I probably shouldn't show that on YouTube for too long. This just looks absolutely astounding. Will, why is Tromeo and Juliet amazing?
Oh man, well, it's the debut of Tiffany Shepis. That's why.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big step forward, I think, for Troma for Lloyd Kaufman. The first of a string of classics, followed by Terror Firmer and Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. This is the one movie I've shown that a student has walked out on. And I mean, I've shown Cannibal Holocaust. I've shown so much stuff. This is the only one where I've had to walk out. So that tells you everything you need to know, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. This is great.
It was the incest that got him, the student. It was
with everything else, that's what did it.
Well, you never know. Never know what might trigger a person.
All right, so that is the big title from VS, but man, they kind of have an incredible month here. We're going to be getting into all of it. Next up, a 4K release of 1977's Ruby, Grindhouse film here. 4K Dolby Vision HDR, new commentary with David Del Val and David. Everybody in the chat will say Dakota, so I'll just say David Dakota. Archival commentaries with Curtis Harrington and Piper Laurie. Another archival commentary with David Del Val again and Nathaniel Bell. New interview with the actor Roger Davis. New interview with the critic and author Kim Newman on this one. Alternate TV version of Ruby, sourced from video. Some older archival extras. Yeah, have you seen Ruby? I feel like this is one that you had to have seen.
I've never seen it. Very
wow.
Yeah, I was excited about the announcement because it wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, this is a big one. Quite excited to see this again. It's been some time. Next up is a Hammer film. Vinegar Syndrome is releasing a 4K of The Man Who Could Cheat Death from 1959.
The story of Nikki Sixx.
The story of Nikki Sixx. You got a 2-disc set here, newly scanned and restored in 4K from the OCN. New commentary with Stephen Jones and Kim Newman. Jonathan Rigby speaks on The Man Who Could Cheat Death. There is Vic Pratt speaking on Terrence Fisher, who is the director of this one. Melanie Williams talks about the actress Hazel Court. There's an interview with the uncredited third assistant director Hugh Harlow. Alternate censored ending and a 40-page book with new writing. Incredible looking release, but a Vinegar Syndrome 4K Hammer film is a wild thing to see as part of their main line.
Oh, and this is a great one too. So,
all right. For those that are collecting the Hammer 4K box sets that they're doing, again, like I talked about earlier with other stuff, like, hey, this is likely coming. Now that we see that this got a 4K restoration, you know Hammer's going to be releasing this in a 4K box probably in the next few months since it's all done and ready to go. They might even have more archival extras, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be on the way soon. And then, like we've been speculating for a few months, the 4K release of Argento's Sleepless is here. Sleepless is one that many would say is his best film post-opera. This is from 2001. Great cover art by Suspiria Vilches. Always love her cover art. You've got a brand new restoration. You get a commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. Lots of archival extras that were on the old Scorpion disc. Yeah, this is a decent movie. Not a lot of people would call this their favorite, but one of his better late era Argentos. Any thoughts, Willie?
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to think of, yeah, this might be his best film after opera.
I mean, what else would even be close to that, really?
Well, I like the Stendhal Syndrome.
Yeah, it's all right.
But this one, yeah, really recaptures the style. So I'm very happy to see it.
Reservoir in the chat is asking, are there any Argento left after this? And funny enough, there's quite a few, actually.
we've talked before about how I actually like Giallo, his Adrian Brody film.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it still languishes on DVD, and I'm a huge fan of his TV film. Do You Like Hitchcock? I'd like for that to be upgraded. I think those might be the only two that didn't have at least some Blu-ray.
Correct. Yeah, there's not many left to go Blu-ray. If you're looking for 4K, there's quite a few of those.
Yeah, we need. Oh well, opera. I mean, not opera. Inferno.
Inferno is on Blu-ray, not 4K, and that would be
Right.
great.
But that'd be the next big 4K that we would.
Yeah.
If you were choosing one.
Yeah. I believe Sibner just sent me a link, or a text. The Hitchcock title is on Blu-ray. It's just not English friendly. So,
well, that's good to know there's something.
Yeah, it means it's quite possible to do on Blu-ray at least eventually. So, yeah, this is cool. We knew that this was likely coming. The Scorpion elements are there that got a release recently. It's all in that same bundle of rights. Not Hitchcock. Sorry, Giallo is the one that's on Blu-ray already. Next up, we just talked about it with Erica. Men from the Gutter is the next VSA title. It's a Shaw Brothers title. It's newly scanned, restored in 2K from the OCN. New commentary with Sam Deegan. There's a new making of documentary featuring interviews with the writer Tony Leung. That's pretty damn cool. Hung Hua, a couple other actors. Visual essay by Erica Schultz, like we said. 40-page perfect bound book with writing by Walt Cha, Ariel Esteban Calle, and Keith Allison. But maybe the most exciting part of this is that at the very top of this cover, it says Shawsploitation Volume 1, which means they got some other stuff like this coming out, which is quite exciting in my opinion.
Yeah.
Silent Will as usual. All right. Next from the Cinematograph line, we are getting King of the Gypsies from 1978. This was released previously by Imprint on Blu-ray, and now you get a 4K here in the U.S. As they are wont to do lately, Vinegar Syndrome released this in a bundle with a book, and it sold out pretty much immediately, like the moment went on the site. I think there was 100 of them, and it was gone before you could even realize that there was a book there. This is going to have a 2-disc set. You get a new audio commentary by Adrian Martin, new video interview with the actor Eric Roberts. You've got a new video essay by Daniel Kramer on this, a 2-hour-long archival interview with Frank Pearson, the director, recorded by the Writers Guild Foundation in 2001. Some other archival interviews. Michael Schlesinger talks about King of the Gypsies. New text essay by Jason Bailey. There is quite a lot on here. King of the Gypsies, not one I have seen ever. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't. And so this looks great. And I like these bundle options. That's a very nice little innovation, being able to select. Yeah.
As usual, the book that was available in the bundle is still available in other places. You can check that out, so don't worry. It's not like you've lost out. In fact, it's usually cheaper on some other websites. So if you wanted the book, you can still see the pictures on the website and go find out what it is and make your own bundle. DeGausser did a couple more of their limited deluxe LED VHSs. This first one is Haunted Ween. The next one is The Last Slumber Party. And check them out if you're into VHS. They also have a ton of new merch. We've got this Vinegar Syndrome Pumpkin Rot shirt. We've got a Vinegar Syndrome Werewolf shirt. Cinematograph Skull Projector shirt. Cinematograph New Metal Cinema shirt. Vinegar Syndrome Fanny Pack. Vinegar Syndrome stickers. And a Vinegar Syndrome Witch Koozie.
Okay.
Is this the one that made you tilt your head?
Yeah.
Was it because of the title or because of the design?
I don't get how it fit. It just didn't seem to be a Cinematograph brand.
When I think of Cinematograph, I think of Hailing Satan. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They also had a Bagu collab, which I never saw coming. You could get the Vinegar Syndrome version, or you can get the cinematograph version. And these are quite popular with many people. I don't get it, but also kind of crazy that they're reaching out to fashion brands for collaborations on their site now.
Yeah, what's Bagu?
A very popular hipster type of bag brand.
Oh, neat.
That's all I know.
Okay.
All right, let's get into some partner labels because damn, this was a good month for OCN overall had a pretty mind-blowing month. I mean, when you can put out Bill Lustig, Wes Craven, Dario Argento, a Troma film, a Shaw Brothers exploitation film, and you're not even talking about the 26 partner labels yet, that's freaking insanity. Oh, and I forgot to say Joe Sarno too. Pretty crazy month overall. First one, this is from Cartoona, and it's AJ Goes to the Dog Park. Fun looking title here. It gets into the mixed media side of things. Directed by Emmy-nominated Toby Jones from Regular Show and OKKO. Let's Be Honest. You got a commentary with Toby Jones, AJ Thompson, Tucker Lucas, and Ben Hansen. There's a friends and family commentary on this. Music video. There is a making of sequence. An interview by Toby Jones by Justin DeClue. A bunch of other extras on here as well. Yeah, this one looks fun. I am very curious about this one because it's the type of thing I like. Next up, Shudder, putting out All the Moons from 2020. You tend to have seen more Shudder films than I have. Have you seen All the Moons?
No.
This one says, north of Spain, end of the 19th century, during the final throes of the last Carlist War, a little girl is rescued from an orphanage by a mysterious woman who lives deep inside the forest. Badly wounded and close to death, the girl believes the woman to be an angel who has come to take her to heaven. Soon, however, she will discover that what this strange being has actually given her is the gift of eternal life by turning her into a vampire. This one has a new audio commentary with Rebecca Wynn Walsh and Sheila Rowan Legg. We've got a book with new writing by Scout Tafoya, a friend of Will's. And yeah, I don't know All the Moons, but it sounds pretty damn interesting.
Yeah, looks great.
Next up is another Shudder title, which is Moloch. Have you seen Moloch?
No.
This is from 2022, and this one sounds wild. This one has an audio commentary with the writer and director, the editor, the DP. There's a deleted scene, some visual effects, video and stills galleries, theatrical trailer, book with new writing by Simon Abrams and Becky Dark. I've heard this one is decent and would like to check this out.
Yeah, looks cool.
I should probably get access to Shudder again at some point. Oops. Next is from Bleeding Skull, and this one is Backyard Bloodbaths. This is a movie marathon from the 8th dimension. Backyard Bloodbaths is a triple feature of underground horror discoveries that have never been widely released. First is Summer Horror Day. Then we've got... is the whole title? No, okay, so it's just 777. And then the last one is Black Mamba. Is that the full title? I should have read that better. And then there is The Psychotic Odyssey of Richard Chase, AI Mama, and Bloodbath Tales of Eerie Publications, 3 shorts that provide an ideal chaser for this surreal experience. There's 252 combined minutes of footage on this. And then, of course, you've got some other things listed here, including commentaries, the listing of the shorts. Yeah, I love these compilation type releases.
Yeah. 252 minutes.
When are you watching 4 hours of Backyard Bloodbaths, Will?
Yeah. Huh? What?
When are you watching 4 hours of Backyard Bloodbaths?
Anytime I got to do yard work.
Next up is a pretty big title. IFC putting out Barbarian Sound Studio by Peter Strickland. Peter Strickland with an R. That's important to point out because whoever did their slipcover does not know how to spell Strickland. This is a pretty big movie from 2012 that got a lot of attention. Peter Strickland was released recently by Curzon, is having his own collection from them over in the UK. So you might have this film already. There's new audio commentary with Kim Newman and Sean Hogan in this. We got an archival commentary with Peter Strickland, video interview with Peter Strickland, a making of, some deleted scenes. There's a booklet with new writing by Willow Caitlin McClay. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Peter Strickland. Have you checked out anything of his stuff?
No, I'm more of a Peter Strickland fan.
Well, have I got the movie for you? Yeah, he is like a modern art house director that is great. He did recently Flux Gourmet. I feel like a lot of people would love this movie if you check it out. He is very good at what he does.
Cool.
Next is a filmmaker we've been talking a lot about these last few months. 2019's Depraved from Larry Fessenden is coming out on 4K from IFC. This one was not shot on film, or this likely would have been in one of the Vinegar Syndrome bundles that they just did. This was shot digitally. You got a new audio commentary by Larry Fessenden that was moderated by Justin LaLiberty. Will, do you need a nap? Should I continue on? Stan says your eyeballs are heavy.
I'm having some problems with my contacts. I might have to step out for a second and get some eye drops, but
understandable.
No, I'm just tired.
Me too.
As usual.
Lots of extras on this. These Fessenden releases have been pretty incredible. Depraved. How do you feel about Depraved in the pantheon of Fessenden stuff? Because we've talked a lot about him.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's not top of the heap for me, but it's certainly not bad. I've pretty much enjoyed most of Fessenden stuff. Wow. Yeah, this one, Cinephobia, is releasing Brute 1976. This says, in 1976, a group of people in the desert for a photo shoot stumble upon an abandoned town called Savage. But they are not alone. A family of mass psychopaths have claimed Savage as their own and are hell-bent on living up to its name. You know, audio commentary with people involved from the film. You've got a behind the scenes, some interviews, not much else, but Cinephobia putting out some wild titles recently. So it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Next, the first one to sell out this month was from Film Movement, and it is Carmilla from 2019. This is a pretty great sounding film. Isolated from the outside world, 15-year-old Laura lives in seclusion on a vast country estate with her father and strict governess, Miss Fontaine. Late one evening, a mysterious carriage crash brings a young girl into their home to recuperate. Laura immediately becomes enchanted by the strange visitor, who arouses her curiosity and awakens her burgeoning desires. This is a coming-of-age tale inspired by the 1872 Gothic vampire novella by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. We've got a bonus short film called Three Towers and a behind-the-scenes featurette. And yeah, this sold out late Tuesday night, was the very first one.
Dang. Well, guess I won't be getting that one.
I mean, the standard's available.
Oh, you know I need that slipcase.
Oh, I know. More from Film Movement. They're also doing The Columnist from 2019. This one is directed by Ivo Van Art. You've got a video introduction by horror novelist and film programmer Grady Hendrix on this one, but that is it for extras. Film Movement does a lot of great stuff. I am curious about this one for sure.
Yeah.
Next up is Row from 2019. This is also a Film Movement release. This one is not one I've seen, but it's supposed to be great. It says, cut off from civilization, a single mother puts her children on high alert when they bring home a young girl caked in clay. She tells of spirits and spirit hunters, but these are not mere superstitions. As more strangers show up on her doorstep, she quickly finds another reason to fear the forest. Malaysia's official submission to the 2021 Academy Awards. There's a making of on this, and that is it. But man, very, very curious to see this one. Have not even had a chance, but yeah, looks very good. All right. Next from Kimstim is what?
Yeah, man, creepy. Talk about it.
Oh, Will, I know you need to go to bed. 2016's Creepy from Kiyoshi Kurosawa is the newest one from Kim Stim. This is a big title to get from a partner label, especially one like Kim Stim. New audio commentary with Jasper Sharp and Amber T, two people who are really great on this. You've got Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Creepy by Christina Alvarez. There is another piece from 2017 for Mubi Notebook. There's a booklet new writing by Kristen Yoon-soo Kim. This was a must for me. Kiyoshi Kurosawa can be a little hit or miss for me, but I think this one is going to be great.
Yeah.
Next up, oh man, Will, this is too funny. I get, yeah. The Catalog putting out the Demons.
I want to show my range.
Your range. Demons Rook from 2013, showing my range of censoring that I had to do on this cover. Thanks, Elijah Drenner. This one sounds crazy. Directed by James Sizemore, starring James Sizemore. This is new audio commentary by James Sizemore and the producer. Archival commentary, deleted scenes, gag reel, short film, music video, all kinds of stuff. Booklet with an essay by Keith Bearden. Man, this is an interesting choice for the Catalog. They kind of go all over the place. Elijah is great at what he does.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Will.
This is going to be the episode where I make you laugh a lot and nobody else.
Next from Connie is Desert of Namibia from 2024. This one has some very colorful color art. Connie doing some great work on their releases as usual. They got 2 releases this month even. We're going to interview the director, panel discussion with the director and one of the actors, audio commentary with the director and some of the actors as well. Featurette called Yoko and NYC by Aaron Hunt. Q&A with the director at Momi First Look. Booklet with onset photographs, a new writing from Catherine Connell. I agree, Ronnie. I'm definitely going to have to carry the show. Yeah. That is the first Connie release. The second one.
It's easy for you. You've got a script.
Sorta. The second one from Connie is the same titles as was recently announced by Third Window over in the UK. This is the Meiku Hama trilogy, 3 films by Kaizo Hayashi. These are supposed to be great, and I feel like a lot of us probably would have wanted to know that this was being put out by Connie in the US here. As far as I can tell, the extras look identical. So I am probably going to stick with my Third Window pickup of this one as soon as it comes in. But I'm glad Connie's putting it out, and more people in the US will be able to see it because the Third Window Films is undoubtedly locked region B. Next is VHS Hitfest putting out Marley's Revenge, the monster movie from 1989. This is another one where they had put up a bundle. There was a shirt option, and it sold out again in the blink of an eye. Dan from VHS Hitfest said he didn't even get a copy of a shirt. So, yeah, if you didn't get one of those, you are SOL. But if you did, congratulations. Eric says he prefers the UK design of Third Window. Extras are the same except the booklet. Yes, of course. This one, Marley's Revenge, is region free. This is a new transfer from the original 1-inch Video Master. There's an alternate VHS cut, commentary with the director-writer Jet Eller and one of the actors, interview with Jet Eller, interview with a couple of the actors. There's a short film called Dummy that's 25 minutes long, and a bonus movie called Never Feed the Trolls from 2010 that's 77 minutes long. And the only thing I'll say about this one, first off, I like VHS Hitfest quite a lot. I like Dan. He's been on the show before. I will say it does suck that this film had come out from VHS Hitfest because the film elements for this, which was shot on film, have been found. And it was being worked on by another label that was going to be putting this out. And now they can't because VHS Hitfest has released it. So there's that. So it could have looked better. And here we are.
Well, somebody's revenge.
Not Marley. Next, Wild Eye. Wild Eye Releasing is now a partner label of OCN, which to me is, I don't want to say the word wild, but it's a crazy choice for OCN to partner with Wild Eye Releasing, who frequently has sales through MVD of their DVDs being 99 cents. The first title that they're putting out is The Disco Exorcist. This is from 2011, directed by Richard Griffin. It's region free. You get a brand new commentary with the director and the producer, an archival commentary, some teasers, trailer, green band trailer, red band trailer, all that sort of stuff. But this is a choice. I did not expect to see Wild Eye listed as a partner label. Are you very familiar with Wild Eye there, Will?
No.
So what they listed on the website as the blurb for Wild Eye, since they're brand new, it says, founded in 2006, Wild Eye Releasing has carved out a name as a driving force in low-budget, underground, and outsider cinema, earning a cult following among filmmakers and fans alike. Wild Eye champions horror, action, sci-fi, exploitation, art house documentaries, and vintage gems from across the globe, delivering them worldwide via home video, digital, and theatrical avenues. We also produce our own in-house features and mockbusters like the fan favorites Cocaine Shark, Amityville in Space, and Ouija Shark and Jurassic Shark series, while proudly distributing VHS-era classics such as Splatter Farm, Zombie Bloodbath, Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell, and The Necrophiles via our sister imprint, Visual Vengeance.
Oh, they've got a sister.
I love that made you wake up. Doug says, are we sure Depraved by Fessenden is shot on video? Not shot on video, shot on digital. Shot on digital. It just was not shot on film. Wasn't Wild Eye formerly Brain Damage? If so, maybe we'll get a 4K release of Alice in Murderland. I'm not sure if they were Brain Damage. If so, that's a good point. Quite a good point. All right, so that is the Disco Exorcist. Next up is from Saturn's Core. They're putting out The Evil Maker from 2000 and The Evil Maker 2, The Abomination from 2003. These have new transfers of both features from the original analog master tapes, new commentary on both features with John and Joe from the films. We got archival commentaries on both, new featurettes, all kinds of archival behind the scenes, a 28-page mini zine edited by Jason Pancoke, featuring writings by Joe Sherlock, Kevin Lindenmuth, and Hugh Gallagher, and a trailer vault. I'm pretty excited that Saturn's Core is getting into a trailer vault on this. Was not expecting that at all. Let's move on from The Evil Maker. The next one is from Umbrella, and it is Irresistible from 2006. This is going to have Susan Sarandon, Sam Neill, Emily Blunt. Hell of a cast on this one. Audio commentary with Ann Turner, the director, and the producer, Sue Maslin. There's a location shoot. There's a behind-the-scenes featurette with the cast and crew. And I am curious about this one. Like I said, good cast. Definitely very intrigued. Next, a movie I have seen. We are getting a 4K release of the 2025 film Jimmy and Stiggs by another new partner label, The Horror Section. This is the Eli Roth-backed company, The Horror Section. This is their first physical media release for home video. And this says, The Horror Section is a fan-owned 360 media company focused on building a robust library of intellectual property and creating the world's premier horror brand. The company was founded by iconic filmmaker and actor Eli Roth in partnership with Media Capital Technologies to redefine the horror landscape. It is active in film, television, gaming, podcast, and live events. This movie is directed by Joe Begas. Joe is a wild filmmaker. You may have seen some of his other movies. My favorite that he has done before is Bliss. Pretty big fan of Bliss. This is made by and starring Joe and also Matt Mercer. This is a 4K release, and this will have an audio commentary by Joe Begas as well. There is the theatrical experience. If you saw this in the theater, it had a few fake trailers, one of which is actually being made into a new, brand new full-length movie. There's an audio commentary with the director, cinematographer, and the FX creators on here as well. There is a 2.5-hour crazy making of on this movie. including all kinds of interviews with everybody involved. There's a conversation with Josh Ethier and Matt Mercer, an opening night of the Vista in Hollywood Super 8 footage from the opening night. There is even more. This is a crazy one. I saw this in theaters. If you don't like frenetic films, this is probably not going to be for you. Joe is also, I would say, lost touch with his dialogue. It's not good. His dialogue is pretty bad in in this film. It feels kind of like Rob Zombie-esque dialogue. That being said, the movie is a blast. It's a big difference. Yeah, this is a crazy movie. Doug is pointing out that Vinegar Syndrome has a new shipping option called Hold Until Halloween. Why? I have a feeling, Doug, that they're wanting to allow people to save a little bit of money and also not have them complain because it's taking a little bit longer to ship. So that's the reason they're doing it. Will, I would love to hear you answer this question since you're back. Gary wants to know, what's the difference between shot on video and shot on digital? Digital isn't video?
Are you going to answer the question?
I said, Will, I would love to hear you answer this.
Oh, I thought the question was about Jimmy and Stiggs. I just can't handle freneticism.
No, I know that you're not going to like Jimmy and Stiggs. The difference between shot on video and shot on digital is digital cameras and shot on video is tape. Shot on video is normally much more lo-fi and not able to get nearly as much data out of it. They just don't say shot on tape. They say shot on video because it's shot on videotape. Shot on digital is HD images. Well, maybe I shouldn't say HD because like early shot on digital, like 28 days later, is not actually full HD.
Ouch! Hurt my eyeballs.
Isn't it annoying?
I think it was recurring pain that I was feeling.
Oh, geez. Yeah, like 28 days later is mostly shot on DV cam, kind of like Sean Baker's Takeout. And then the end of 28 Days Later is actually shot on 16 millimeter. So a little bit of mixed format there. But for the most part, it's just shot on bad quality digital. Not fully HD. Most shot on digital is pretty good HD, especially nowadays. If it's newer films, it's going to be fully HD.
So, to clarify, when we say video, we mean videotape.
Correct.
And when we say digital, we mean digital video. Digital video is not the same as videotape.
Correct. Hopefully that makes sense, Gary. If that did not make sense, let me know.
This new media landscape.
So yeah, Jimmy and Stiggs, definitely not a Will movie.
Oh, I don't know. When you said frenetic, I was like, forget it.
It's people like running around screaming for a lot of the movie, basically.
Well.
And so it continues. Next, from Icarus Films, is Lady Chatterley's Lover from 1955. I have never seen this one, but this does seem like one that Will might have seen. Have you actually seen this one?
I have not seen it.
That's what I thought. This is Region A. We got a book with an essay by Michael Barrett. I'm very curious about this one. It is supposedly a classic. Icarus does a lot of really good stuff. And then the big thing, great art on this by Elizabeth Yu, who has art in every single issue of the Physical Media Advocate. She's wonderful for what she does.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. And just so you don't waste any more time, I actually have not seen a single OCN release from this.
That is super rare.
Yeah, I was pretty. Well, I don't know. It's been happening more lately, but like used to be, I've seen fully half of them, but lately it's been getting fewer and fewer.
Which is crazy when they're releasing 26 different releases.
Yeah, and it tells me what I need to see. I'm absolutely going to see this. I don't know if you're familiar, but it was a pretty famous book there.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It was fairly frank in its depictions.
I'm glad you woke up to make that joke. 2023's Pet Shop Days is the next OCN title. This is coming from Utopia, directed by Olmo Schnabel. This says, in an act of desperation, impulsive black sheep Alejandro flees his home in Mexico. On the run from his unforgiving father, Alejandro finds himself in New York City, where he meets Jack, a college-age pet store employee with similar parental baggage. Together, the two enter a whirlwind romance, sending them down the rabbit hole of drugs and depravity in Manhattan's underworld. When Alejandro's past threatens to catch up with him, Jack is forced to choose between his family and a life on the run. This is going to have a Q&A with the director and co-writer, one of the actors, the other co-writer, and the producer, another producer. This is moderated by Robert Abel from a screening at the American Cinematheque LF3 in LA. Another Q&A, and yeah, this one sounds pretty intriguing. I like that Utopia is doing this one.
I wonder what happens to the animals.
They're all abandoned. Next up is Skull World from ETR Media. This is from 2013. Don't know much about this one. Directed by Justin McConnell. You've got a new mini documentary, a brand new commentary with the director, a new Variety Store TV archive collecting never-before-seen clips from Greg's video history, and all kinds of archival extras on this one. ETR branching out from what they're doing ever so slightly. Next up, from Brainstorm Media, is Some Like It Rare from 2021. And it says, when a struggling butcher accidentally kills a vegan activist vandalizing his store, he uses his skills to dispose of the body to the delight of the clueless customers. It says a behind-the-scenes featurette and a book of new writing by Kat Hughes. And certainly sounds like there's some intriguing commentary in this one. I will watch this one at some point. One that I've heard is quite good. I missed the chance to see this at Panic Fest earlier this year. 2024's Somnium is the next release from Yellow Veil. This says, at experimental sleep clinic Somnium, dreams are made real. Side effects may include hallucinations, confusion, paranoia, sleep paralysis, detachment from reality, lost sense of self, and permanent nightmares. So I'll have an intro by the director, a commentary by the writer and director, and a deleted scene with a flashback, some interviews, and a behind-the-scenes slideshow. I've heard this is quite good. I am certainly going to need to check this one out at some point. Sad I missed this one. I would have loved to have seen this one in the theater.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I had children and couldn't drive. Next is a bit of an odd choice. AGFA's released this month.
Yay!
You've probably have you not seen at least part of this one?
Yeah, The Sadist, man.
I was about to say, I imagine you had seen The Sadist and The Zodiac Killer.
For sure.
They are putting out what they're calling the True Crime Triple Ripper. This includes The Sadist, The Other Side of Bonnie and Clyde, and The Zodiac Killer, but they took The Zodiac Killer and applied a noir filter over it, newly color graded in black and white, and re-edited to resemble a grim horror noir. This has 2 different discs, and it's mostly older scans. They've got a 2025 preservation from a 35mm print for The Sadist, which is a newer scan. Archival extras on here as well. The Sadist and Zodiac Killer, tell us.
They're great. The Sadist is a sort of legendary exploitation movie featuring Arch Hall Jr. of EGA. Watch out for snakes. Look out for snakes. And The Sadist is mean. It's pretty dark. Zodiac Killer. I know I've seen it. I don't remember a damn thing. But you know what the other side of Bonnie and Clyde is?
I don't actually. I've not seen this one.
Enob and Edlick.
All right. I just got that. Wow. I feel like an idiot. I appreciate the dad joke. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Definitely need to see it. This says, in the spirit of the town that dreaded sundown, The Other Side of Bonnie and Clyde is a surreal ficto documentary from Larry Buchanan, who did Zontar, the thing from Venus.
I call him the Buke.
The Buke. Our last Stan says he doesn't get it. It was Bonnie and Clyde backwards.
It's the other side.
Our last OCN announcement for the month is Until the Light Takes Us from 2008. This is from Factory 25, and another one that people that have seen this seem to be raving about it. This is... What was that sound?
They're raving about it.
I did not say that, but thanks for the
You did.
I said raving. I did not say raven. I did not mean it like that. I didn't mean the pun. You called it out. It was funny.
I know. It was funny. That's why I laughed.
I didn't even mean it. So here we go. I love stuff like this, though. This says, Until the Light Takes Us tells the story of black metal. Part music scene and part cultural uprising, black metal rose to worldwide notoriety in the mid-90s when a rash of suicides, murders, and church burnings accompanied the explosive artistic growth and output of a music scene that would forever redefine what heavy metal is and what it stands for to other musicians, artists, and music fans worldwide. Until the Light Takes Us goes behind the highly sensationalized media reports of Satanists running amok in Europe to examine the complex and largely misunderstood principles and beliefs that led to this rebellion against both Christianity and modern culture. But this is where it excited me. To capture this on film, directors Aaron Aites and Audrey Ewell moved to Norway and lived with the musicians for several years, building relationships that allowed them to create a surprisingly intimate portrait of this violent but ultimately misunderstood movement. That's pretty cool. There is a black metal short film of deleted scenes, alternate ending, outtakes, cutting room with musicians not in the film. There is even more, all kinds of extras, a short film produced as proof of concept for a feature-length film. Just lots of stuff coming in this. This sounds great. Silent Mandible says, okay, I'm still here. This is a great documentary, but I wish it talked about the Nazism more. He has it from the original release.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. It's such a funny thing. It's kind of like, you remember that documentary, 1992, the year punk broke?
Yeah.
Black metal is... this is kind of, in a way, a spiritual cousin. I like this documentary, and black metal is such a interesting and mythologized footnote in music history.
It is quite mythologized.
You embed yourself with what's his name? Necro. Scroll down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Necro
Butcher.
Necro Butcher. Hey, Necro Butcher, can I live with you for 6 months, a year, maybe?
I love
document your life.
Yeah, Celeste was commenting on this. One of the extras is 46 more minutes with Varg Vikernes. That's such a black metal title. All right, that is OCN. I will say this is, to me, combined with all of the Melusine titles, all of the Vinegar Syndrome things, all of the VSA, on top of all of the 26 partner labels, this has been the best OCN month this entire year, I think. That being said, I want to remind everybody that OCN does this all the time, pretty much every year. They've got a bunch of ho-hum months, and then October, November, they're like, hey, these are excellent titles that we can put out. Reminder, you're going to want to subscribe in January. So they always end the year in a big bang to make you realize, man, I want to give them money again. But just remember what the rest of the year was before this.
Wow, Dick.
Just being honest.
Whoa. I don't know. I felt like it was a pretty good year, but
from the partner labels, I think it's been an incredible year. From Vinegar Syndrome, I've been mostly let down this year.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think it is easy to top Dirty Work. And not that you need to top it. I think it should be the banner release for the year necessarily. But yeah, a lot of upgrades, a lot of Shout Factory stuff just getting turned into 4K. That doesn't excite me all that much.
Well, sounds like you need to spend a couple of years in Norway, shadowing some black metal musicians.
I wish I could. Yeah, Ronnie points out something interesting. No Canadian International Pictures release this month, and I think that's the first month that they've skipped doing anything, maybe ever since they joined, or this might only be the second time. I know they've done catalog slipcovers twice, and that doesn't really count. They basically skipped a month, but yeah, good stuff. We talked about Downton Abbey earlier, and we didn't have enough. So some release details. Downton Abbey, the grand finale, comes out on 4K Blu-ray, and then there's also a box set with all 3 films. You can check that out on November 11th here in the U.S. Seemingly a lot of extras. You get a commentary with the director and one of the actresses. You've got some discussions, featurettes. I don't know anything about this, so I can't really say much. There's a high tea celebration. So that's cool. If you're into Downton Abbey, this is a good time to check it out because you can watch all 3 films in one package. Moving right along.
It's a party.
December 10th, Umbrella is releasing in Australia a 4K release of Kevin Smith's Dogma from 1999. This is a big deal. The Blu-ray in the US here has been out of print for quite some time. This is the first announcement of this. A reminder that Lionsgate will be releasing a 4K steelbook later this year, or at least it will be announced at some point this year. We don't know yet if it'll be a Lionsgate limited title or a wide release. The speculation is it'll be a wide release because this is a pretty damn big title. This is a pretty monumental film for 99 from Kevin Smith. All kinds of options here. You got the giant bundle with the shirt and a beanie and enamel pins and all kinds of this other swag. But the big thing is the extras. We've got a new commentary with Whitney Seibold, new scenes from the apocalypse on the set of Dogma, unreleased 2006 PSP introduction by Kevin Smith, new 25th anniversary screening, Q&A talking about with Kevin Smith about the film. We've got interview with Kevin Smith that's brand new, interview with Jason Mewes that's brand new, interview with the makeup and effects designer Vincent Guastini, new After Dogma on the View Askewniverse with Dave Lee, over 60 minutes of Dogma's original silent dailies, new Judge Not in Defense of Dogma documentary, a bunch of archival extras. Will, please tell me that you're not about to shit all over Dogma. Is this a movie that you hate?
Well, that's the thing about Dogma in general. You know, it just overwhelms you with so much over and over and over. Yeah.
Like 95 of them, yeah.
Yeah, no surprise. I'm not a fan of Kevin Smith.
Is there any Kevin Smith movie that you've like truly liked? Chasing Amy, even?
No. I haven't seen Taxi Cop. What's it called?
I don't care what it's called. It's now called Taxi Cop.
What's it called?
I'm not going to tell you. It's with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah. What's that one called?
It's called Taxi Cop, and it's quite bad. It's not good.
Well, I haven't seen that one. And what's he done lately? Anything?
I mean, did you ever see Red State? I feel like that's one that you would actually like.
No.
It's lambasting the Westboro Baptist Church and the state of guns in America. It's very good. I still say it's his best film.
How difficult.
I don't even know how to deal with you.
How did Kevin find the courage to criticize the Westboro Baptist Church? Oh, Kevin.
I mean, it's a big deal. Not a lot of people do.
You're an inspiration. Thank you for, using your platform.
That's hilarious. Carrie Mulligan says, I'm really hoping Smith releases the original Jersey Girl because he screens it at his theater, so it exists as a complete film. That's interesting. Reservoir says, is Dogma legit a good movie? Clerks is the only one that I've liked and seen all up to 2014 releases. I think Dogma is a great movie. I think it's top 4 of his stuff easily. It's genuinely very good. Red State is by far his best in my opinion. But Clerks and Dogma and Chasing Amy all round up that top 4. Yes. Sandro says, didn't he do the one called 420 movie or something? I think it's called the 430 movie. And I think it's talking about the time that it's playing at the theater in the film. Yes, Dogma is absolutely a bit of a Wings of Desire ripoff, and it's a pretty good one. Did you ever see Tusk? Stans wants to make you watch Tusk.
No.
God, I don't understand how you get turned off by some of these great filmmakers and then just never see anything again.
You throw these words around like great, and I don't know what you think. We come from different worlds.
You throw these words around like, well.
You loved Strangers Part 1 Part 4.
Most of the people that have seen The Strangers from 2008 love the movie because it is haunting.
Haunting? But it's just people. It's not ghosts.
That's the terror in 2025 is people.
What about 2008?
It was oppression story. Yes, The Strangers is a very good horror movie, and if you've not seen it, you should see it.
Well, I don't care for Kevin Smith's movies.
You're an embarrassment. How about Christina Lindbergh in Sex and Fury from 1973? Because Club Super 8 is releasing this on Blu-ray on October 25th in Sweden, not in the U.S. They can't release it in the U.S. because Discotech Media has the rights to this one. This is a pretty good-looking release for this film. This did get released, so you can get it on Blu-ray here in the U.S., but if you want this one, Orbit has confirmed that they should be able to get this. I imagine Diabolic will go after it as well. This is really cool because it's got brand new audio commentary by Dakota Newt and Christopher Velasco, who are from the Two and the Pinku podcast. They are awesome at it, and cannot wait to hear this commentary from them.
I've got to know how they got this gig because, as you well know, Norifumi Suzuki, one of my favorite directors.
It's true.
I'd go so far as to call him great.
You throw these words around.
I love Sex and Fury. I've got like 5 copies of it at this point, just in case the other 4 break.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get this one as well.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. And if you guys have not subscribed to the Two and the Pinku podcast, you absolutely must. It is a delight.
Best name.
Next, November 18th, Kino is finally releasing a 4K of Paul from 2011. I say finally because they announced this last year, and now we're finally seeing that release realized. There are no new extras on this, but this is a pretty decent movie. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Jason Bateman, Sigourney Weaver plays the villain in this one, and Seth Rogen doing his voice as Paul the alien. Fun movie. I like the pairing of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg quite a bit.
Yeah, and now that the United States government has recognized the existence of Paul, we can enjoy it unfettered.
Sure, unfettered.
Unfettered. Yeah. Oh, this is your favorite movie.
I mean, this is top 10 of the year easily. November 11th, there's a 4K Blu-ray, and if you're looking forward to a DVD release from Sony coming of this year's Caught Stealing, the film directed by Darren Aronofsky, that's also not really like anything else he's ever made before. Great performance by Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz, Regina King in this one. Matt Smith is wild. He's not in it all that much, but he's great. Liev Schreiber is great in this. Even the next Super Bowl performer, Bad Bunny, is in this one. This one has a Dolby Vision HDR presentation, Dolby Atmos soundtrack, which if you've got a proper Dolby Atmos setup, this is going to sound incredible at home. You've got a few extras on this, nothing crazy. A bit on the casting, some speaking from Darren Aronofsky, some other small featurettes, but not a whole lot. You look like you might want to say a couple words about this. Anything?
Oh man, Look at this.
Oh man, look at this. Is the new like bottom of the barrel criticism that I could ever expect from you. This is just astonishing. I need to get you to sleep in on Thursday so that we can do this better.
I'm fine. I just don't like I generally don't like Darren Aronofsky.
Neither do I. And the movie's great. It's nothing like he's ever done, which is why it's great.
It's because you're in love with Austin Butler.
That's only the second, I think, or no, third movie I've ever seen him in. No.
You know what happens after the third movie?
2 in the pink. Next up, November 14th on 4K Blu-ray and then a Blu-ray DVD combo pack in the U.S. from Mercury Studios is Andrea Bocelli, the Celebration 30th Anniversary from 2024. Some opera on 4K.
Speaking of getting turned on.
While posting this, I had no idea that this happened. He went and did this long performance, and some of these are featuring Ed Sheeran, featuring Johnny Depp, featuring Russell Crowe, featuring Sofia Vergara. What in the world? John Batiste. That one's probably great. Will Smith, Brian May, Shania Twain. This is such a weird combination.
Oh no. What?
I'm so confused by this.
What is this? Is this like the Judgment Night soundtrack but with opera?
I just made it bad, Ronnie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't really know what to say to this. First of all, it's wild that we're getting 4K opera concerts. I do like that that's happening, but when you're trying to sell me with featuring Johnny Depp and Sofia Vergara, that is a wild choice.
You sing your song. I can't even. I'm now thinking of Volume 2. Andrea Bocelli and Sum 41. Andrea Bocelli and Rebecca Black.
It's Andrea Bocelli's live set from Warped Tour.
Featuring the Beastie Boys.
Oh God. Yeah, this is wild.
All right.
Ed Sheeran trying to keep up with Andrea Bocelli.
Oh my gosh. I finally heard an Ed Sheeran song for the first time. I don't like it.
I'm sorry?
I just don't like him at all.
Okay.
Anyway.
Stan, oh my God. Next up, December 9th, Quiver Distribution putting out London Calling from this year on Blu-ray. And that's all I got. Starring Josh Duhamel. I know nothing about it, and I just clicked away from it. So
The return of Duhamel. Where's Duhamel been? Josh Duhamel.
Hanging out with Cecil.
He was in that swimming movie.
That swimming movie?
Wasn't he in a swimming movie with Jessica Alba?
I have no idea.
Josh Duhamel.
Do them all. All right. Next up. This year's The Conjuring Last Rites is coming out on 4K Steelbook, standard 4K Blu-ray and DVD from Warner Brothers on November 25th. This is going to include Dolby Vision HDR, Dolby Atmos, a few featurettes, nothing crazy. If you are into watching the fourth Conjuring movie, check it out. It's a pretty bad movie. I had fun with it, but it's a bad movie.
The Conjuring Last Rites, Chapter 1.
It is for sure the last movie with these two characters starring in it. So,
oh, nice to spoil.
No, they came out and announced it. Like this is the final. Like we don't want to do this anymore.
Huh.
To be fair, the first Conjuring came out in what 20 13? They've been doing this for 12 years. That's a long time.
First Scream came out in 1996.
Yep. And now they can't even keep Melissa Barrera on.
They fired her.
That's why I said it, yes.
I mean, they could have kept her.
Well, they didn't find it within themselves to keep her. That's all I was getting at. December 9th, Mill Creek, now known as Alliance Home Entertainment, is releasing the Ultraman Yuletide collection. I didn't know there was Christmas episodes of Ultraman.
I didn't know Mill Creek had rebranded.
Yeah, Mill Creek no longer exists. They are now known as Alliance Home Entertainment.
Alliance. Who are they allied with?
Do you say the word allied like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you say? Allied? What would you say?
Why did you make it like 4 syllables? Allied. All right, so that is Christmas Ultraman. Wow, we're nearing the end, and we see the end starting with Bizarre Theater releasing Sick Shit from 2024. This is going to have the full uncut film, a gallery, deleted scenes, making of, and Buyer Zombie short film
featuring Andrea Bocelli.
Bizarre Theater is one of those companies that puts out like the gory fetish type movies, but this is the first of 3 that we're going to talk about. The next one is A Whisper, a Scream, and a Cut to Black. This one is, let's see, it says a group of content creators set out to film a viral paranormal investigation, but the day takes a terrifying turn when one of their crew disappears. Trapped inside a desolated warehouse, they discover they're not alone. The real horror isn't Ghost, but a sadistic killer shooting his own twisted video. You get a making of, a gallery, and a trailer. This one's limited to 1,000 copies. Careful, those are going to fly off the shelves.
So snide.
I don't mean to be. I don't know what you're talking about. Finally, they are also releasing Apocalypse Unknown. All 3 of these are coming on October 18th, and you can pre-order them now. This will have a load of trailers, otherwise known as a load of extras, otherwise known as a trailer. This says a young man is abandoned by his family and must navigate his way through a brand new dangerous world. And that's all you got. This one only limited to 300.
Well, world's coming to an end.
It's true. Any thoughts on gory fetish films, Will?
Well, Christmas is coming up.
It is. But enough of that sick shit. Let's talk about what's coming out. That was a pun on the title, by the way. I don't judge us whatsoever. What's coming out?
I just want to pop in here for a minute and say, how was that for efficiency?
It is efficiency. It turns out when you don't say anything, nothing gets said. Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I like your commentary. Everybody else does.
Yeah, well, this was this was a Hemingway night. This was terse. This was
a Hemingway night. Oh,
more visual, sorry, podcast listeners. This was more of a performance art kind of situation.
More visual because they won't get to see your eyes closed. Yeah.
Right. They were. I was dealing with a medical emergency.
Medical emergency.
So I appreciate your empathy there, buddy. But no, I feel like this was an interesting experiment in anti-comedy.
Well, maybe next month we try the uncle comedy.
Uncle comedy.
Yeah, you said anti-comedy?
I say aunt.
I grew up with Latino family members. They all say auntie.
Well, that's not how it's spelled.
Let's talk about what's coming out next week, just in case you forgot. First up, Tenacious D, The Complete Masterworks Volume 3. This somehow was coming out signed by Jack Black and Kyle Gass at many retailers. So check that out if you want. I think Orbit still had some last I checked.
So are they back together or what?
I'm not sure. It's a interesting thing. I don't know. But yeah, they did both sign it.
We just don't know if it was the same time.
No, that's true. Or even in like the same state.
Yeah. Part of me kept hoping that Kyle would pop up in Minecraft, but he didn't.
That'd be really funny. Honey Don't comes out next week. I liked the movie quite a bit. I know a lot of people didn't love it, but I think it is hilarious. Sex with the Stars from 1981 is next week as well. And then we get to some of the meat and potatoes. Spawn 4K from Arrow is next week. Labyrinth in the Dark.
Potatoes.
Yes, the main dish.
Oh.
Labyrinth and Dark Crystal getting wide releases of their 4K steelbooks instead of locked to Walmart. The Rocky Horror Picture Show out on 4K as of next Tuesday, and I'm excited. I'm sure that you've not had to deal with this in a very long time. I get to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show in a theater for the very first time this weekend.
Oh, you dressing up?
I'm not, but I am going with my mom, as you do. Silverado 4K Steelbook is coming out this next week as well. F1, the movie, the physical release is coming out from Warner Brothers on 4K Steelbook, Blu-ray, DVD, all that stuff next week. End of Days 4K from Shout is next week. Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me on 4K from Criterion. One that I'm very excited about, the Peanuts Ultimate TV Specials collection coming out. It's got all but, I believe, 5 of all of the ones that they've released ever, all in one package, and I adore the Peanuts, so cannot wait for that. I've got a Peanuts tattoo. Black Sunday 4K from Shout Factory, just in case you wanted to feel extra bad about that box set you bought. Quick and the Dead 4K Steelbook is also coming out next week. Nobody 2, that one's coming out. I enjoyed that one. I think I've warmed up to it even more since I saw it. The Bad Guys 2, I've heard is quite good. That's coming out on 4K next week. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time 4K Steelbook is next week as well. Lights Out 4K, Dangerous Animals 4K Steelbook. Aeon Flux 4K is coming out next week. I Know What You Did Last Summer 4K Steelbook is the only way to get this on 4K as far as I can tell. Walking Dead, Dead City Season 2 is next week. The Scarface 4K with the big steel poster and all that stuff is next week as well. The Newsroom, the complete series on Blue, if you're after that, is next week. Mortal Kombat from 2021 4K Steelbook is brand new. That is next week. A bunch of standard editions. When Fall is Coming, the one I just showed you. And that is it for next week. Will, in only 3.5 hours, we've been able to do it. And now you can actually close the eyes for good for at least the next 7 hours.
Oh, no.
It won't be 6 hours. Yeah, it'll be less than that.
I closed my eyes because I was in pain. I endured this time with you even more than usual.
Yikes.
No, JK. But yeah.
We don't use her name anymore.
But we kid.
She doesn't. Trans rights are human rights, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, just unequivocal. I didn't like her before it was cool.
I never cared.
Well, anyhow, not to get too political. Yeah, this is a great, release slate all the way around.
On top of a night with Tiffany Shepis and John and Erica Schultz, and Will took a couple naps, and hell of a show tonight.
Sorry, I can't be beautiful like you all the time.
Oh God, if I could be beautiful even once, everything would be better.
Wow, I'm beautiful.
Bring Her Back will be on HBO Max on Friday. Highly recommend that one. Depressing as hell, but man, very well made movie. Chris, no, Honey Don't will not get a 4K eventually with extras. You don't need to worry about that. Universal is not putting more money into that. We're lucky they're putting it out on disc at all. this next month. Eager to see you again. I think we got at least one thing getting announced this month, so more to talk about next month. And yeah,
big projects. That's one of the reasons I'm so tired. John and I are working with Ryan on something very large, and
I just realized I don't want to make you talk for like another 5 minutes or anything. I don't think we had announced Jade the last time you were on, right?
No,
didn't you want to bring up Nina and you?
I guess.
Imprint is releasing 1995's Jade by William Friedkin, featuring a commentary by you and Nina K. Martin, the author of Sexy Thrills, Undressing the Erotic Thriller.
Yeah, very excited about it. We had a hoot of a time talking about Jade. We get into some very interesting topic areas. I was very pleased. Nina Martin is a good friend and really smart, but able to communicate in a very entertaining way. And she had some. We previously did a commentary together for Door 2, Tokyo Diary for TerraVision, and so it was nice to get back together with her to talk about Jade and the sort of mid-90s erotic thrillers as they were starting to taper off, and perversions, various and sundry.
Literally conversations about pubic hair and tins.
Well, I wasn't going to spoil anything.
I mean, if you've seen the movie, it's not a spoiler. It's pretty early in the film.
Yeah, and I think in the conversation, Nina especially draws some comparisons to some older films that I think really deepened my appreciation of what Jade is trying to do. So for that fact alone, it's, I think, worth checking out.
I would agree. Going to be a great release. Got a visual essay by Michelle Kisner on it. Got another audio commentary with William Bibiani, who's an incredible critic, and Darren Navarro, who was an assistant editor on the film. We got
How much?
Go ahead.
How much of this disc did you oversee?
2 commentaries and a visual essay and an interview. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing, buddy.
Well, there's one other visual essay by a friend of ours that is all the way over from Australia, which I had asked him to see it, and I still have not been able to see it, sadly. It was already sent in. But Mr. Chris O'Neill is also on the disc with all of us. So it's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more coming from Imprint. We're working on more for them as well at the moment.
More coming from Imprint. Oh, my gosh. Can't even. I'll tell you, for the audience, here's a teaser. I just got notification that a book I requested through Interlibrary Loan for research on one of these movies has just arrived for me to pick up.
What a teaser.
Yeah. What book is it? You'll have to wait to find out.
I love it. Will, tonight has been a crazy journey. I'm eager for you to get some rest one of these days, and I'm eager for myself to get some rest.
Well, I'm sorry to have been disappointing, but I felt like it was my bravest performance.
Your bravest performance.
Yeah, so great. Many thanks to Tiffany Shepis for giving us her time, and I hope people do check out the Toxic Avenger extras.
Absolutely. All that to say, make sure you check the links that I posted in the chat earlier. Scroll back up and check it out. Erica's stuff is great. Tiffany's stuff is great. I don't even know how to lift these people up enough. The Miskatonic thing for Erica is so cool that they reached out to her. Yeah, I cannot wait to watch that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there for that. Very excited.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We will see you next Thursday. It is going to be an interesting one. For the entire month of October, I've got 3 out of 4 of the weeks are after this, because we've got the 9th, 16th, 23rd, and the 30th. 3 out of the 4 are first-time guests. It's going to be a really fun October. Check it out. Y'all are beautiful. Chris says those Toxic Avenger extras are U.S. only. No, they're also on the German release. But we're trying to get on the Umbrella release too. I'm in the middle of talking with them, so hopefully we can work that out. Rest of October is going to be a blast. Check us out then. Will, love you. Talk soon.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share it with someone else that may appreciate this.